Oskaloosa Indians football is on the air.
Live on the No Coast Network.
Brought to you by Cloud Valve Company, Oskaloosa Vision Center, Mahaska Drug, Hawkeye Real Estate, Edward Jones Investments, Kinetic Edge Physical Therapy, Pella Printing, Quincy Place Mall in Ottumwa, Fred's Muffler Shop, Malcolm Lumber, Bank Iowa, the Rock Island Tap, Northern Mahaska Specialty Care Center, Robert Auld Investments, Kelly Style Insurance, Lighton State Bank, Falvey Lumber, and Certified Pest Control. Your Keys to the Game sponsor is Craig Ford.
And now, live Oskaloosa Indians football action on the No Coast Network.
And a very good evening from Oskaloosa and Lacey Recreation Complex, where the rain seems to have stopped for a bit and the skies have cleared up for a while, and hopefully we'll have some high school football here in dry weather as the Oskaloosa Indians have their home opener against the Washington Demons. Good evening, everyone. I'm Joe Lancello. Thanks for joining us on the No Coast Network. Both teams coming off losses in their opening games last week. Washington losing to Marion 40-14, while Oskaloosa losing at Pella Christian 51-33. Pella Christian getting 3 touchdowns in the fourth quarter to take that game. The Indians without a couple of players tonight. Starting wide receiver Dylan Van Leuven is unavailable due to injury, and backup defensive lineman Keegan Mitz-Butler also will not be able to play tonight. Both are in their civilian clothes, wearing their jerseys on the sidelines with the team. As we get ready for the Indians and Demons, and a year ago it was quite the battle, 51-42. Washington getting the win at Washington. Their quarterback, Luke Turner, completed 10 of 13 passes for 169 yards and a touchdown in that game a year ago. He also rushed 12 times for 125 yards and 2 more touchdowns. And each team had a fumble recovery for a touchdown in that game, and Tyler Miller of Oskaloosa also returned a kickoff 92 yards for a touchdown. So it'll be interesting to see if they can top this for entertainment value. Earlier tonight, it was Oskaloosa's freshmen beating Washington 28-20, so the Oski freshmen start off their season with a victory. We'll hear from Oskaloosa High coach Jake Jenkins, get his thoughts on last week's game at Pella Christian, as well as the matchup tonight against Washington. We'll do that when we return in 2 minutes. You're listening to Oskaloosa High football on the No Coast Network.
Hello, my name is Craig Ford, and just over a year ago, I purchased the Ford dealership in Oskaloosa. We changed the name to Craig Ford, and we got to work making it better. In our first year, we have increased our sales by over 100%. We believe in both big discounts and exceptional service. Not just when you buy a vehicle, but the entire time you own your vehicle. Craig Ford is a great place to buy your next new or pre-owned vehicle.
We all need help from time to time, especially during life's health transitions. Whether you're getting back on your feet or looking for a new place to call home, Care Initiatives is here. For over 25 years, we've helped Iowans maintain independence and quality of life. Rehabilitation, skilled nursing, long-term care, hospice care. No matter what life brings, our team of experts are ready. Care Initiatives for life's health transitions.
Falvey Lumber and Hardware in Eddyville and Albia is dedicated to providing their customers with friendly service. Falvey Lumber and Hardware values your business and has made it their mission to provide reliable products and services with their customer-driven approach. Falvey's courteous professional team is able to support a range of services to meet your requirements. Falvey Lumber and Hardware in Eddyville and Albia. In Eddyville, call 969-4814 or Albia 932-2150.
Lighton State Bank understands that everyone's financial needs and goals are different. That's why it's essential for you to bank with a local bank that knows you personally and professionally. Lighton State Bank is that bank. They understand your financial situation and work diligently to help you reach your financial goals. They're committed to working with you and for you every step of the way. Lighton State Bank, serving you from Lighton, Pella, and Monroe. Grow strong with us, member FDIC.
Welcome back to our pregame show. Oskaloosa's home opener tonight. As Washington comes to town, Coach Jay Chunkins is here. And last week, Pella Christian, we said they were a pretty good football team. Forget whatever A levels they have, and they were certainly as advertised.
Oh yeah, they're definitely a good team. It's honestly it's what we expected. We expected. We expected a dogfight, and we thought it was like flipping a coin. It could literally go either way. We made some crucial mistakes, and they took advantage, and they made plays when we didn't. So, really hard fought game.
And certainly there were some good signs from you. There were a couple of fourth down conversions in the second quarter, and one of them you used a little bit of trickery. The sort of a play the Philadelphia Eagles used in the playoffs last year, where it was Tyler Miller throwing it to the quarterback Cole Henry for a first down.
Yeah, you can attribute that to Coach Dowd. He's standing right over here. He likes to draw those up, and then we like to practice a little bit. And the funny thing is, a lot of times we have them in the playbook, but we don't use them that often. But it's one of those games where everything was on the line, and we thought, hey, we feel pretty good about these, and so we just gave him the green light, and so he went for it, and it came through for us big.
And it also helps when those things work.
Exactly.
Gets everybody swept. Then again, on 4th and goal, Cole Henry ran in, again converting a fourth down, and that's something that's got to build a team's confidence.
Yeah, that was really just an effort play, because the guys we were looking for were covered, and so Cole just kind of lowered his shoulder and he just willed himself into the end zone. He showed some tenacity there when he just lowered the shoulder, and he's tough. He really wants to win and get after it. So it was an awesome play on his part.
And it shows also that you were up by a point at halftime, despite giving up a touchdown on a kickoff return and despite giving up a touchdown by their defense.
Yeah, I told the guys at halftime, I said, we're up 25-24, and we played about the worst first half that you can play. I said, imagine if we fix these big mistakes and we just play football. And we did fix a lot of those, but it just, at the end of the night, it just wasn't enough.
Casey Hill had a strong game, too, the senior, with 100 yards rushing, but it seemed like he didn't get very many yards in the second half. Was that down to Pella Christian making adjustments?
I would say, yeah, they did a good job making adjustments, and Casey's also a full-time two-way guy. And so, I mean, he was getting gassed from, offense, defense, and special teams. He was even on kickoff. So I don't think kids really understand how hard it is to go both ways, but, I mean, he gave it everything he had. He gave all his guts and everything, and that's as good a shape as he's ever been in. But it takes a while to get in game shape, and so that attributed. And then we also saw some other things that were open that we were trying. So he did. My hat's off to Casey. He played really hard, and we just didn't have enough that night.
There were some conditioning things that showed a little bit in your favor too, because there were, I think, half dozen at least Pella Christian guys who went down with some what looked like cramps, but I didn't see any of that from your guys.
No, we had some guys with slight cramping. We've been practicing in the heat of the day, and we did that all camp, and our AD would give me a hard time saying, why are we doing that? Well, we got to be ready for the heat, and we got to be acclimated. I feel like we're in as good a shape as any team. I really do, because we pushed it really hard during those hot days, and we've conditioned very, very tough, and we've pushed hydration at the same time. So I was proud of the fact I felt like our guys were in shape, and we weren't cramping, and we weren't going down. I was frustrated with as many guys as they had going down, because they had the break to get water and to think about what they're doing and catch their breath. So I was frustrated with that, but at the end of the day, they definitely played better, and they deserved the game.
Now it's Washington coming in here, the home opener for you folks, and also an opponent that you had kind of a wild game with last year, 51-42.
Big, high-scoring game. I was disappointed our defense couldn't come up with some big stops, but they had a big and bad, like bad isn't a good thing, a big and very aggressive offensive line. And so, like I said, you got to give them credit. We had trouble stopping them at the end of the game, really what it came down to. It. Huge mismatches up front, and we were getting away with it at first, and then toward the end they were grounded and pounded, and they got the better of us. But we had a good game on special teams that game, and we also had a good offensive showing.
Yeah, Tyler Miller had 3 touchdowns in that game, the pure hat trick, a kickoff return, catching one on a pass and running for a score.
Yes, it was a phenomenal game for Tyler, and that's what gave him. He ended up being the district special teams player, of that district that year. And I mean, there were some really good district players there as far as skills were concerned, as far as return guys and punters and kickers, and so that was a really good accolade for him to get at the end of the year, and a lot of it attributed to that game.
Speaking of specialists, Aaron Blom comes back after missing last week's game. A first-team All-Iowa kicker, according to the Des Moines Register. That's a nice extra weapon to have.
Yeah, he was a first-team All-Stater as a freshman. So I mean, it's crazy. It hurt not to have him just because you don't realize how much you rely on your kicker, especially when you have a good one. And then when he's out, we have other decent kickers out there. They might just not have as many reps because we're always counting on Aaron to be there. So having him back is going to be really nice, not just for the kicking game, special teams, but for the defensive side of the ball as well. So we'll see where he shows up on the field tonight. I'm excited to use him in a variety of different ways.
What kind of things can we expect tonight in this game?
From this game as a whole, it's going to be a very physical battle in the trenches. So you're going to see offensive, defensive line. A lot of it's going to come down to that right there. Also, linebacker play. We're going to step it up as far as our linebacker and secondary play. Our defense wasn't as good as we should have been. I'm disappointed, and I'll take the blame for that. So I expect that our defense will play better and we'll play more as a whole unit. I expect communication is going to be better on our sides as well. So a lot of things to clean up. I'm excited to get after it and move on to week 2.
All right, we'll see what happens. Best of luck.
Thank you very much.
That's Jake Jenkins, coach of the Oskaloosa Indians. We'll be back with more of our pregame show, the starting lineups, and the kickoff when we come back in 2 minutes. This is Oskaloosa Indians football on the No Coast Network.
Oskaloosa Vision Center's hometown doctors have strong roots in Oskaloosa and are dedicated to serving the community. We use state-of-the-art equipment to provide high-quality, professional eye care through comprehensive eye exams, medical care for eye infection and disease treatment, as well as emergency aid and pre- and post-operative care. With our large variety of prescription glasses, sunglasses, and contact lenses, we strive to meet the needs of all patients, from newborn to adult. Oskaloosa Vision Center. Come see us today.
Hawkeye Real Estate is your one-stop source for everything real estate in Mahaska County and the surrounding area. Whether commercial, residential, or acreages, we've got you covered with the area's largest pool of real estate professionals, full-time support staff, and property management services. With over $19 million in sales volume for 2016, Hawkeye continues to be Oskaloosa's leading real estate office. Discover what thousands already know. When it's time to make a move, get the Hawkeye Edge.
Hi, I'm Edward Jones Financial Advisor, Amber Coffey.
I'm Edward Jones Financial Advisor, Brandon Kane.
I'm Edward Jones Financial Advisor, Jennifer Main.
I'm Edward Jones Financial Advisor, Jason Rosenboom.
I'm Edward Jones Financial Advisor, Austin Norris.
If your saving for retirement strategy involves the phrase, "I'll get around to it someday," you need to talk with an Edward Jones Financial Advisor. When it comes to meeting your goals, time can be on your side, and there's no better time than now to get started toward your retirement goals. For sound financial advice, contact your local Edward Jones professional today. Edward Jones, making sense of investing. Member SIPC.
For over 30 years, Pella Printing has been leading the way in the print industry with quality equipment, modern facilities, and skilled staff. The Pella approach combines old-world craftsmanship with today's cutting-edge technology to provide brilliant printed products at a value price. They take the time to understand clients' needs from design to pre-press to printing and delivery to build lasting relationships with their customers. Whether you need personalized graduation announcements, oversized posters and banners, marketing materials, or stationery, Pella Printing offers a broad assortment of quality printed products done with speed and precision. Pella Printing, where technology and craftsmanship meet.
And welcome back to Oskaloosa. I'm Joe Lancello, and we have a rainbow just starting to form across the field. We'll see if that's a good luck sign for the Oskaloosa Indians as they get ready to take on Washington in the Oski home opener tonight. The Oskaloosa band is on the running track here, and we'll be starting to raise the flag very shortly. Let's run down our Craig Ford keys to the game for you while we have an opportunity. Keys to the game last week against Pella Christian. Oskaloosa gave up 6 plays that were over 20 yards. One thing that a team will often have on its list of goals for a game is to have 5 or less of those plays over 20 yards. So that's something the Indians will want to do definitely tonight, is cut down the big plays that they allow. Also, the line of scrimmage. Coach Jake Jenkins just mentioning a few minutes ago that Oskaloosa has a very physical offensive line. And also another key for the Indians will be, can they use Tyler Miller's speed? Pella Christian tried to thwart that by not kicking the ball off deep, by using squib kickoffs and high short punts, which forced him to make a fair catch every time he caught a punt last week rather than try to get a return. So those will be our Craig Ford keys to the game to keep an eye on tonight. Both teams are on the field. Indians finishing up some final calisthenics.
Once again, please stand and remove your hats as Boy Scout troops 71 and 77 from Oskaloosa raise the flag and our marching band plays your national anthem.
Let's listen. And a nice job by the Oskaloosa High School band. Let's run down the starting lineups for tonight's game. First of all, Oskaloosa on offense. Cole Henry will be the quarterback, a 6'9", 203-pound senior. He threw for 206 yards a week ago. And 1 touchdown. He also ran for 14 yards and 2 touchdowns a week ago. Casey Hill will be the running back. He's a 6'1", 185-pound senior. Ran for 100 yards and 1 touchdown last week. Wide receivers, Cody Gunn, a 5'11", 170-pound junior, starting in place of Dylan Van Leuven, who is injured. The other wide receiver will be Isaac Schultz, a 6'1", 160-pound junior. The slot backs will be Nick Dykstra, a 6', 185-pound senior who caught 5 passes last week for 43 yards. Tyler Miller, the other slot back, 5'9", 162 pounds, and a senior. On the offensive line, Hunter Else is the center, 6'1", 203, a senior. The guards, Alex Lawbrecht, 6 foot, 200 pounds, a senior, and Riley Miller, 5'11", 236, and a senior. The tackles, Tucker Irwin, 6'7", 295 pounds, the senior moving wall, and Colton Butler, a 6'3", 208-pound junior. That's the Oskaloosa offensive line. And they will face this 4-3 defense from the Washington Demons. Sam Hall, a 5'10", 208-pound senior, is at one end. Jarrett Benders, 5'11", 178, a junior, the other end. The tackles, Ben Boffman, 6'1", 267, a senior, and Tristan Allender, 6 foot, 250, a senior. 3 linebackers for Washington. Kyle Dahlmeyer is 5'11", 178, and a senior. Treshawn Willis, 6'5", 190, a sophomore. He led them with 8 tackles last week in Washington's loss to Marion. And Tristan Westfall Edwards, 5'10", 185, a senior, is the other linebacker for Washington. 4 in the secondary, the corners, Ethan Hunt, 5'10", 144, and a junior. Cade Hennigan, 6'1", 175, and a senior. The safeties, Colton Heinrichsen, 5'10", 160, a senior, and Brady Knutson, 5'8", 154, a junior. Jake Jenkins, the coach of Oskaloosa. The Indians off to an 0-1 start. Washington, coached by James Harris in his first year, looking for his first win as the Washington head coach. And they will start with Luke Turner, a 6 foot, 190-pound junior, as the quarterback. Turner was 8 of 19 last week for 65 yards, no touchdowns, 1 interception. He also ran 10 times for 41 yards and a score last week. The running backs are Garrett Eichert, 5'6", 146, and a senior. He ran for 88 yards and a touchdown last week. Wilkes Whithoff, a 5'10", 199 sophomore, is the other running back. 3 wide receivers as we check the coin toss here. Oskaloosa won the toss and deferred. And it will be Washington receiving to our left as we get things underway tonight. 3 wide receivers for Washington. Cade Hennigan, 6'1", 175, a senior. Chase McDowell, 5'11", 150, a senior. And Ethan Hunt, a 5'10", 144-pound junior. On the offensive line for Washington, Keith Zabel, 5'11", 235 a senior. He's the center. The guards, Sam Hill, 5'10", 208 a senior. And Tristan Allender, 6', 250 a senior. The tackles, Ben Boffman, 6'1", 267 a senior. And Jaden Crawford, 6', 257 a junior. So they got some big uns on that Washington offensive line. Oskaloosa's defense, a 4-3 setup. Nick Dykstra and Riley Miller will be the ends. Kenny Satimi, 6'1", 242 a junior, is one tackle, along with Tyson Brooklander, 5'9", 243 a senior. The linebackers, Aaron Blom to start as middle linebacker. He missed last week's game against Pella Christian because of ineligibility. Aaron is a 6', 175-pound junior. The outside linebackers, Cole Kraber, 6', 176 a senior, and Casey Hill, 6'1", 185 a senior. 4 in the secondary. The brave, or the strong safety, is Zion Mamoun, 5'8", 136 a senior. The corners, Wyatt Creer, 5'8", 160 a junior, and Cade Snakenberg, 5'9", 155 a senior, and Cade's twin brother, Coy Snakenberg, 5'10", 155 a senior, is the free safety for Oskaloosa. Washington receiving the kickoff to our left in the traveling white shirts, black numbers with orange trim, white pants, black helmets with an orange stripe, and if you look very, very closely on the left side of their helmets, you can see the uniform number, but it's outlined in orange, so it's tough to see without a microscope. Blom to kick it off from right to left, and here we go. Booming kick, forget it. Through the end zone. That almost would have gone through a Canadian football end zone. That's a touchback. And Washington will start 1st and 10 at their own 20-yard line. A blustery night here. The rain that we'd had a little bit earlier has stopped, and it started to clear out. As I mentioned, there was a rainbow a few minutes ago. That seems to have gone away now. And a little bit blustery.
Yeah, Joe, down here on the sidelines, it's 74 degrees, but a really stiff wind out of the south-southeast at 14 miles an hour. It's just going to play a little bit in this ball game tonight.
Jay Harms on the sideline. Thank you very much. Shame on me for not introducing you on 1st down. A give over the left side and a pickup of a yard, and that's going to be about it for Garrett Eichert. 2nd down and 9. And the officials blow the... And Eichert is going to have to come off for some kind of an equipment issue, I'm guessing. And he's replaced by Tristan Westfall-Edwards, a senior.
Yeah, he had a band around his wrist, so he was removed for that play.
3 receivers to the right for Washington, 1 to the left. Westfall-Edwards in the backfield, now lining up to the right of Luke Turner, who's in the pistol. On 2nd and 9. Turner keeping and not getting very far. Aaron Blom in on the stop. As Turner gets nothing, it'll make it 3rd down and 9 for Washington. And Huskies defense doing a good job containing the option on these first couple of plays. 3 receivers right, 1 to the left, wing on the left. Empty backfield with Turner out of the shotgun. Looking at 3rd and 9 at his own 21. Wing comes in motion. And a quick pitch to the far side. And breaking a tackle across the 30 to the 35 to the 36-yard line. And I did not get the number. That looked like Turner, the quarterback, with a good bit of fakery. A gain to the 37-yard line, pick up a 16. 1st and 10, Washington, the first down of the game. 2 receivers right, 2 men in the backfield besides the quarterback Turner. Quick out to the near side, caught by McDowell. Around a screen, a blocker to the 40 to about the 41. Quick little bubble screen to Chase McDowell. 5'11", 150-pound senior. Make it a 5-yard gain to the 42, 2nd down 5. Eichert is back in the game of the tailback. He's behind the quarterback, Turner. And the ball popped loose, Eckert gets it back, running to the left and brought down from behind about the 40-yard line. Great job of pursuit by Cole Kraber to haul him down after the fumble recovery. They mark it as a loss of 2 to the 40-yard line. 3rd down 7. 2 receivers left, ball in the far hash as Washington go left to right. And to give for Wilthold, and he was met right away as soon as he got the football. He got hit right away. I think that was Casey Hill who got him. So that'll set up 4th down and a punting situation. Widoff got the football and got tackled right at the same time.
Yeah, he'll be punting into a stiff wind here. We'll see Tyler Miller can get a good run back here.
Ball at the 33-yard line after a loss of 7. Hall's punt. Miller bobbles it at the 35-yard line and falls down on about the 33. 32 yards on the punt. And the penalty flag right up near the spot of where the play ended. That stops the clock. 8:51 to go in the opening quarter. Still no score.
Personal foul on Washington. Big break for the Indians there.
Nice little 15-yard pickup. We'll see if they add that from where the play ended. First penalty of the ball game. And it seems that is exactly what they're going to do, so Oski will get it at their own 48-yard line. We saw where penalties like that can hurt last week. Pella Christian gave up a 15-yard penalty instead of being 4th and long and an obvious punt. It was 4th and 2, and Oski went for it and got a 1st down. Inside handoff for Hill, breaking over the left side, keeping his feet moving, still going into Washington territory and stopped at about the 31-yard line. Casey Hill running like Casey Jones' locomotive for a 1st down on the first play of the game from scrimmage. They tell running backs, keep your feet moving. And that will do. And that was the case there, a 21-yard pickup for the senior Casey Hill. Running backs to either side of Cole Henry out of the pistol this time. Anna Henry will give it to the second back over the left side. That is Hill again, and he will get to the 20-yard line. And that should be another 1st down for the Indians. And Oskaloosa not wasting much time. 2 receivers wide to either side. Hill in the backfield. Hill carries again up the middle, broke 1 ankle tackle, and was able to go forward to about the 15. Casey Hill getting 3 consecutive carries. This brings up 2nd and 5 for Oskaloosa. They're in the Washington red zone, 15-yard line. And a penalty flag goes. Somebody, I think a foot shift, somebody in the backfield that was next to Cole Henry moved. Legal procedure call against the Indians. That'll make it 2nd and 10 at the 20. Some of you may be looking for our game of the week on KBOE FM with Montezuma against HLV. Had a mishap involving our broadcaster Eric Zamora, was involved in a traffic accident. Fortunately, he is fine, but not able to get to the game. Again for Tyler Miller on the right side, breaks it inside over the middle and scores! Touchdown Oskaloosa! Jake Jenkins calls him electric, and he showed it right there. Just wonderful quick footwork. As he took the handoff around the right side, cut over the middle, and quickly, very quickly, got into the end zone. 48-yard drive in 4 plays. Blom for the extra point. Kraber to hold. The snap kick is up and away and good. 7:26 to go in the opening quarter. It's Oskaloosa 7 and Washington nothing. We'll have the kickoff in 1 minute on the No Coast Network.
At Kinetic Edge Physical Therapy, we're proud to keep the Oskaloosa Indians and their fans safe and feeling good on and off the field. Kinetic Edge Physical Therapy is the expert in injury care, orthopedics, and sports rehab, with a new facility in Oskaloosa, complete with an open gym area in addition to several private treatment rooms. If pain is bugging you, come see the experts at Kinetic Edge for a free injury screen. Find out more, including why the Oskaloosa Indians trust Kinetic Edge, at kineticedgept.com.
Hey everyone, I'm Tyler Van Welden, your local expert at Malcolm Lumber. At Malcolm Lumber, we pride ourselves in being your local lumberyard. We boast competitive prices that you find at the big box stores and unmatched service that the big box stores can't provide. Our one-on-one service is what sets us apart. Our knowledgeable experts are here ready to help build you a better future. And thanks to the community for having us all these years.
You can continue to find Malcolm Lumber at our 3 locations in Grinnell, Montezuma, and Ogden.
Aaron Blom's kickoff again, sailing through the end zone for a touchback. And Washington will take over 1st and 10 at their own 20-yard line. Indians driving 48 yards in 4 plays. It took just a minute 25 off the clock. Tyler Miller's 20-yard run, his 3rd touchdown of this young season, his 2nd rushing touchdown of the year. He caught a pass for a score last week against Pella Christian.
Yeah, and Joe, they're not one ball up in the air, all on the ground, and I'm sure we're going to just keep hammering that until Washington shows that they can stop us, running the ball.
That's usually a good strategy. A lot of teams have done that. 3 receivers left, 2 to the right. Now Eichert, the wing on the far side, comes in motion. He'll take a pitch. Eichert trying to get around the corner, and there are too many maroon and gray shirts trying to get around the corner, and Eichert will lose yardage. And the Oskaloosa defense just really all over the Washington backfield so far. They'll mark the ball on the 18-yard line for a loss of 2, 2nd down and a dozen. Empty backfield, 3 receivers to the right. The wing on the left came in motion. That's Eichert. He'll get the handoff, and this time he'll get positive yardage to about the 24-yard line. Zayun Mamoun in on the tackle. Eichert gaining 6 to the 24-yard line. That'll set up 3rd down and 6. 3 receivers to the right, ball in the far hash. Eichert the wing on the left side. And a receiver to the left, Turner to throw. Looking right, now gonna try to scramble, broke a tackle, still scrambling to the far side, broke a tackle again and got a 1st down as he goes out of bounds to the far sideline. Luke Turner doing a great job of escapology to find his way through for a Washington 1st down. He got 7 to the 31-yard line. Washington players looking to the far sideline to get the play call. We have an official timeout. That'll stop the clock with 6:09 to go in the quarter. 7-0 Oskaloosa. There isn't a flag on the field, and referee had a look at Luke Turner, the Washington quarterback.
Yeah, something about the play clock. They came over to Coach Jenkins and had him call to the top there.
It's still at 25.
There we go. They put more time. I think we were down to 6:09 in the 1st quarter. Now they added 7 seconds, 6:16.
Okay. 1st and 10 Washington at their own 31. Eichert coming in deep motion to the far side. Turner quarterback draw over the right side across the 35 to the 37, maybe the 38. Casey Hill among those in the tackle. Again, along with Zayun Mamoun again. Gain of 7 again for Turner. They'll make it 2nd and 3 from the 38. 3 receivers bunched to the right side. Receiver wide left. Turner back, throwing to the far side, and pass caught. Nice leaping catch at the 41-yard line, and the grab by Ethan Hunt. And for the first time, Washington is in Oskaloosa territory. Hunt at 5'10", 154, jumped like he was about 6'4". Gained of 22 on the second pass completion of the night for Washington. Ball in the far hash. Slot on the left comes in motion. That's Eichert. He'll take the handoff and is hit behind the line of scrimmage. He'll push forward for a gain of maybe 1. Indians doing a nice job of bottling up Eichert on those rushing plays. Now Eichert and Hunt will be in the backfield along with Turner. 2 receivers right, 1 to the left on 2nd down and 9. Turner rolling to his right, has a possibility of an option. Oh, he's got plenty of room. 30-yard line, near sideline, 25 and out of bounds at about the 18. Another first down on the run for Turner. And they'll mark him out of bounds at the 18-yard line, a pickup of 21. So a couple of 20-yard plus plays on this drive for Washington. Turner rolling left. Football, I thought the football would come out for a second. It did not. And he kept it. And it looks like he lost about 3 yards back of the 21-yard line. Wonder if that had a whiff of a busted play about it.
Yeah, that whole play looked a little different. After the ball was snapped, the linemen were just still kind of standing there, and it just didn't look right from the very get-go.
2nd and 13, Washington from the Oskaloosa 21-yard line. Turner, play fake, throws out in the flat in the near side, incomplete. Pass was intended for Brady Knutson, 5'8", 154-pound junior. Pass was just underthrown, and that's going to set up 3rd down and 13 for Washington. 4:02 to go in the quarter. Oskaloosa 7, Washington nothing. Indians in their home opener. Both teams looking to get in the win column for this season. Turner rolling to his left, throwing into the end zone. Oh my goodness, was he wide open. Touchdown. Brady Knutson, a 5'8", 154-pound junior, was so open on the left side, it wasn't funny. And Washington an extra point away from tying the game. And Washington going to the swinging gate formation, 3 men around the ball. Offensive line, there's also the quarterback Turner behind them. There are also 5 to the left, and now they'll trot back into position to try to kick an extra point. Turner will hold as Logan Escher will kick it. And we've got a whistle. And there was 1 second left on the play clock.
Yeah, same thing had happened to start the game for Washington. Equipment, so they sent 51 out, who was going to be the kicker. Now they got a...
Zachary Stout, a sophomore, now on to kick the extra point. Snap is down, kick is up, and it's good. So with a different kicker, they still get the PAT. 3:55 to go first quarter. It's Oskaloosa 7, Washington 7. Kickoff in a minute on the No Coast Network.
You built a castle so that the prince and princess can live happily ever after. You brought the sunshine to shine upon the whole family's future. But when the sun hides behind the clouds, State Farm can help. We put the life back in life insurance to protect your family's finances, not only in the future, but today.
Call your State Farm agent Kelly Style in Oskaloosa today.
Keep
Keep up to date on what's going on at the Quincy Place Mall in Ottumwa by joining our text club today. Simply text QPM to 64600. You will receive reminders of our sidewalk sales and other events. Also, when you join our text club, you will be entered for a chance to win a gift certificate. So join our text club today. Text QPM to 64600 and don't forget to like us on Facebook. We'll see you at the Quincy Place Mall at 1110 North Quincy Avenue in Ottumwa.
My old man.
Kickoff from Escher goes to Tyler Miller to the 8-yard line, and he will be stopped across the 25 and near the 28. And that's where the Indians will start their second offensive drive. 1st and 10 with 3:43 to go in the first quarter in a 7-7 game.
You know, last week, Joe, both teams kind of struggled defensively. Of course, Oski, kind of the two main areas that they really struggled were special teams and giving up 51 points to Pella Christian. And so far, both offenses look like they can move the ball tonight. So it's going to be interesting to see, you know, which defense picks it up here as this ball game goes on.
Maybe it will be like the 51-42 shootout we had last year, Jay.
Could be. Yep, could be.
On first down, toss to the near side. Casey Hill breaks his tackle, gets space, 40-yard line, and just tripped up. A diving shoestring tackle by Washington's Cade Porin, preventing an Oskaloosa touchdown. Hill picks up 17 and an Oski first down from the 45-yard line. Snap a little bit high, give for Hill again, and he'll pick up 3 yards going straight up the hash mark on the near side as the Indians go from right to left in this opening quarter. Casey Hill getting a whole bunch of work in the early going. Indians wearing the home maroon shirts with white numbers, white and gray trim, the gray pants with the white stripe down the sides, the word Indians written on the stripe of the pants, and of course the maroon helmets with the Indian logo on either side. Cole Henry on first down, play fake, rolling to his right, throwing, wide open receiver, the 40-yard line, first down Oski. Nick Dykstra with his 6th catch of the season for an Oski first down. Dykstra has done pretty well receiving these first couple of games of the year, and they're into Washington territory at the Demon 40-yard line after a pickup of 13. 2:35 to go first quarter, clock running. 7-7 game, Oski looking to score on their second possession of the night. Henry from the pistol, Hill to his left. Henry rolling to his left. Under pressure, throwing. Caught. Dykstra near side, 35-yard line, down the sideline, pushed out of bounds at the 20. And we've got a Washington player who was briefly on the deck. That was linebacker Tristan Westfall-Edwards, but a nice job by Henry that despite all the pressure around him, he was able to get the pass away to Dykstra, and Nick was wide open with a good job of running.
Yeah, that 6'9" frame really helped there, didn't it, Joe?
Oh, sure it does. From the Washington 20-yard line. Indians 1st and 10. That looked like a botched play there, like the ball, Casey Hill was supposed to take the handoff, but he didn't. He got hit in the backfield for a loss of about 4. Well, they'll be generous and make it a loss of 3. 2nd and 13. 1:48 to go first quarter. Husky 7, Washington 7 in the Indians home opener. 2 men in the backfield on either side of Henry. And a give for Miller trying to get around the right side, pushing his way forward. He'll get up to the 20. Setting up 3rd and 10. The word that Coach Jake Jenkins of Oskaloosa uses to describe Tyler Miller is electric. and he proved it on his touchdown run earlier this quarter.
Yeah, go ahead. That's a nice option to have, where they pounded Hill, and then all of a sudden, man, they give it to Tyler, and he just so quick. He found that hole, and man, they weren't going to catch him.
Gunn is alone wide left, 3 receivers to the right. Henry to throw on 3rd down. Throwing over the middle, just off the hand of an Oski receiver, incomplete. Was looking for Isaac Schultz. And that will set up 4th down.
Yep, Aaron Blum, we're going to see Aaron here for his first field goal attempt. And, boy, it's nice to have him back. We left some points on the field last week, not having him in that football game with his kicking ability.
This will be a 37-yard field goal from just inside the far hash. Cole Kraber to hold it. Trying to break a tie. Kick is up and away, and it is good. And the Indians regain the lead. 49 seconds to go in the quarter. It's Oskaloosa 10 and Washington 7. We just want to remind you here that also that KMZN and the No Coast Network are sponsoring field goals at all Oski home football games this year. We'll be giving $20 to the Oskaloosa Indian Booster Club. So thanks to Aaron Blum right there, $20 to the Booster Club from KMZN and the No Coast Network. Oskaloosa scoring drive, 52 yards in 8 plays. And that took 2:54 off the clock. So the Indians with points on their first 2 possessions of the game, that's a good place to start. And it'll be Aaron Blum to kick it off again. Cade Hennigan, Ethan Hunt, and Luke Turner back to receive. Although if the last 2 kickoffs are anything to go by, they'll just be spectating. Here it is, and it's a little bit short. It's fielded on the 8-yard line up the hash on the near side. And cutting to the far side is Tristan Westfall Edwards. And he will be stopped near the 25-yard line. And Washington taking over with 42 seconds to go in the quarter. So Washington with their best place to start a possession of this game, their own 28. Three receivers right, 1 to the left. Eichert lined up just behind the quarterback, Luke Turner, who's in the pistol. Turner play fake, throws out in the flat far side, juggled incomplete. Brady Knutson, who caught the touchdown pass for Washington, had that one just go in and out of his hands. And maybe a little fortunate that that wasn't picked off, that an Oskaloosa defender didn't get there a little bit quicker to take advantage of the tip. Ball just inside the far hash as Oskaloosa go right to left. 3 receivers bunched to the right, 1 wide to the left. Turner on give for Eichert over the left side, bowling across the 30 and not much farther. Three-yard gain, and they'll hurry up to try to get another play away with 20 seconds to go in the quarter and the clock running. 3rd down 7. Long look at the sidelines. 10 seconds on the game clock. Turner throwing, looking left, now throwing over the middle. Passes caught, 1st down, 45-yard line to the 46. And again, Chase McDowell with a big grab. That's his 2nd grab of the night, and they've both been for I was going to say they were both for 1st downs, but I was mistaken. And Washington will be at their own 47, and that's the end of the first quarter. And our score is Oskaloosa 10 and Washington 7. We'll be back with the second quarter in 1 minute. This is Oskaloosa High Football on the No Coast Network.
My old man never changes. Same old truck, same old pair of boots, same light beer in the same old koozie. Still loves Mom's pancakes. Then again, who doesn't? Dad sticks with what works. Like how we stuck with Bank Iowa all these years. Their service and rates help keep the farm going strong, and people who care like they do never go out of style. At Bank Iowa, we have a long history of serving the farmers who help Iowa grow. Visit us at bankiowa.bank or your local Bank Iowa location. Member FDIC.
Let's get ready for some football!
This is Wade Davidson, owner of the Rock Island Tap. We want you to come on down to the Tap starting Sunday, September 9th and watch your favorite NFL teams. We will be hosting NFL Sunday Ticket every Sunday from 11 to 11, and you can watch up to 5 games throughout the Tap. We are excited to offer you 59 various beer selections, including 24 craft and domestic beers. We will have $6 Bloody Marys with a 6-ounce beer back, along with pizzas and other snacks. Don't forget NFL Sunday Ticket here at the Rock Island Tap.
This is Oskaloosa High Football on the No Coast Network, KMZN, AM and FM in Oskaloosa. I'm Joe Lancello. Second quarter about to get underway. First and 10, Washington at their own 47 as we start quarter number 2, and a penalty flag thrown as Turner, the quarterback, just going straight ahead. It seems like he's going to lose yardage, but we'll see what the penalty is. Looking for a preliminary sign, holding on Washington. So that'll move the ball a little further back in their territory. Just want to remind everybody, too, that if you want to see the game, you were able to do that online. You can just come on home, and when you come home after the game, just go to radiokmzn.com and click Watch Live to watch our video feed of the game. And hopefully relive an Oskaloosa victory. We'll have to see. Ball moves back to the 37-yard line after the holding pit. It'll be first down and 20 for Washington as they go from right to left in the traveling white with black and orange. Turner from the pistol will drop back. Time throws it on the flat. Pass is caught by Hennigan. Gets it up the middle, 45-yard line in Oski territory near the 47. Looked like kind of a screen up the middle. And Washington showing some pretty effective passing. A 16-yard gain.
Yeah, it was a nice looking play by Washington.
16-yard gain, second down, 4, quarterback draw. Turner, big hole in the middle, first down, and brought down. I think it was Blom who made the tackle as Turner. I'll tell you, that fella does a nice job running the ball.
Yeah, he's been probably their best offensive, running weapon so far tonight.
Gain of 14. On first down, a low snap. Turner will keep it. Boy, he's got room on the left side. Across the 25, across the 20 to about the 17.
Yeah, we got to figure that out. We got to put somebody's spy on him a little bit. He's just picking up too much yardage here.
He picked up 16 on that play.
Yeah, we're going to burn a timeout here and talk about it.
Indians will take a timeout. And actually, there's something a little bit out with the scoreboard clock here. It's saying there are 48 seconds to go, and we just got started.
Well, they're just running the time down here for the timeout is what they're using that clock for.
Okay, that's something I haven't seen before. Well, something else I haven't seen before, being new to Iowa, is that before this game, the Oskaloosa and Washington freshmen squared off. Oski winning that one 28-20. The junior varsity teams will play on Monday at 5:30 in Washington. And just want to remind you that following the game, we've got scores and more here on the No Coast Network. And some of those more scores that we'll have for you: Mount Pleasant at Pella, Sadell at Knoxville, Montezuma at HLV, Boone at Newton, Grinnell at North Polk, Ottumwa at Marshalltown, South Tama at Independence, EBF hosting Pleasantville, Chariton at Albia, PCM at West Marshall, Sigourney Keota at Linville Sully, Pella Christian at Van Meter. That should be an excellent 1A matchup, and some more games to come.
Yeah, that's a number 1, number 4 matchup there. Boy, that'd be a big one there tonight.
They almost met in the championship game last year. Slot on the far side comes in motion. We got a penalty flag.
A procedure on Washington.
Somebody started a little too soon. That'll make it 1st and 15 from the 22-yard line. 10:52 to go till halftime. Oskaloosa leading Washington 10-7. Both teams losers in week 1, looking to get into the win column for 2018. 2 receivers wide to either side. Eichert behind the quarterback. Now the wing on the far side coming in motion. And a play fake and a long ball to the far side, incomplete, overthrown. Was looking for Cade Hennigan, the 6'1", 175-pound senior. And Turner has shown when he uses it that he's got a pretty decent arm.
Yeah, he does. That was pretty good coverage by Wyatt Creer. He stayed right with the wide receiver from Washington. But, yeah, he does have a nice-looking arm. And, man, he's been running the ball really well.
10:48 to go on the half. 2nd and 15, Washington at the Oskaloosa 22. Again, the slot on the far side comes in motion. And a gift for Eichert in the back. Well, who did get that ball?
Quarterback.
It was the quarterback. The back who came in motion was in that vicinity as well as Eichert in the backfield, and it just got very confusing for me. That fortunately, the defense was not fooled quite so much. It'll be a gain of 3, setting up 3rd and 9. Turner rolling right with time, throwing downfield into the end zone, incomplete. And he was looking for Brady Knutson.
Yep.
And that'll set up 4th down.
Kind of same situation we were in, Joe, down in this end, and we went for the field goal. And of course, Blom was able to split the uprights, but it looks like Washington's going to go ahead and go for it here on 4th down.
Logan Escher may not have as strong a leg, but wait a minute, he is coming out of the field.
Now he is coming in, yep.
With a T.
I'll tell you the way that second kicker they brought in, now he kicked that extra point. He had a strong leg, too, right into the wind.
But Washington starting in the swinging gate, and they move back into position, but the quarterback, Turner, is the holder. So keep that in mind for possible skullduggery. No, snap is down, kick is up and blocked! And the Indians get it. And so Oskaloosa will take over 1st and 10. A really big special teams play.
We had a guy come in late there. Tyler Miller ran in late, and the umpire was counting players to make sure we didn't have one too many out there, and thank goodness we didn't. So, yeah, big defensive stop there for the Indians.
So the Indians hold their 10-7 lead with 10-11 to go in the half. Indians with the ball just inside the near hash as they go from left to right.
Yeah, here's something new, Joe. Aaron Blom's in the game here offensively as a wideout.
Toss to the near side. And run out of bounds in front of the Oski bench was Tyler Miller. That play started actually with the 28. I think I told you it was the 31. And that'll be no gain, make it 2nd and 10. Oski with 2 timeouts left, Washington with all 3 of theirs.
Yeah, they got Tyler Miller in the backfield now, Casey Hill getting the break, and they got Aaron Blom in the slot here for the Indians.
2 receivers wide to either side. Cole Henry to throw. Now pressure, screen in, was a low pass, and it was caught by Tyler Miller. And it was one of those things that just didn't work out. And sometimes you wonder, Jay, if maybe you're better off dropping the ball. And
I was going to say, that would have been better for us if it would have hit the ground and bounced up instead of catching it and losing 5.
You don't want kids to not try, but then again, Cody Gunn is wide to the near side. As the Indians look for the play from the near sideline. 2 receivers right and 2 men in the backfield, and a Giffrey flea flicker Henry has it, throwing downfield, caught at the 35-yard line, and a first down to the 43. Dykstra with the catch, but he wasn't the only one who caught the ball on that play, as it was a toss sweep and then given back, and then given back to Cole Miller, or to Cole Henry rather. Gain of 20 to the 43-yard line.
Yeah, very well executed play on that, with that many times the ball being, flipped around, and nice throw by Cole then.
Yeah, the more people who handle it, sometimes the more dangerous it is. Henry on a sweep to the right side, broke a tackle, and somebody with a hold of the laundry finally brought him down after a gain of 2 to the 45. Had him by the shoulder, but not close to a horse collar tackle or anything like that. Ball on the near hash. 2 receivers to the right, 2 men in the backfield besides Henry, and the ball given to Casey Hill, who's back on the offensive side. Picked up just a couple around the right to the 47-yard line, and that'll set up 3rd down and 6. Indians again going for a very fast-paced offense. Gun wide right, 3 receivers bunched tight to the left. 1 man in the backfield. Besides Henry, who's in the pistol. Cole rolling left, throwing left, pass is caught, and a dive for the first down marker. Nick Dykstra with the catch. And boy, he's about a football length short of the first down. Just inside Washington territory at the 47.5-yard line. And the Indians are going to go for it.
This is where you'd have Henry go up behind center and just dive. Yep, here he goes. Big 6'9" frame.
He will go under center now, and yes, he will just bowl straight ahead and get the first down to the 45-yard line. He can start back in the pistol, then move forward, and then while Washington has a couple of big guys in Boffman and Allender in the middle, their tackles 267 and 250 respectively.
Yeah, they lost a lot of size. I mean, you think these guys are big. You should have saw that team they had last year. Man, they were just huge.
1st and 10 from the Washington 45. Give over the left side is Casey Hill, and he'll pick up about 3. 2nd down and 8 as the wind starts to pick up a little bit. 7 minutes to go till halftime. Oski with a 10-7 lead. And driving at Washington's 42. 2 receivers wide to either side. Hill at the right hip of Cole Henry. Hill with a handoff over the right side. Gets across the 35-yard line. He'll be close to a first down. We'll see where they'll mark him down at the 37 for a gain of 5. That'll set up 3rd down and 2. That's one thing the Indians haven't had. Doesn't seem like they've had too terribly much of tonight, is 3rd and really long. Moving the football. 2 wide to either side. Henry on a play fake. He keeps it over the left side. First down and dances out of bounds about the 33-yard line. 3rd first down of this drive for the Indians.
Yeah, if the people are watching this game at home on TV, if you look at number 7 for Washington Demons, Treshawn Willis only has 1 arm. There's a nice article about him in the Des Moines Register last year. He's only a sophomore, but he also plays basketball. So
is that right?
Yep, if you will see him out there, to be able to do that, play the game like that, and that's quite a credit to that kid.
Cole Henry was hit in the backfield for a loss, but a penalty flag right at the spot of the tackle, which makes you wonder if there was a face mask, and that's exactly what it is. You don't have to really grab it, you just have to make contact with it, and that's enough for a penalty. And it's not like the NFL where they differentiate the difference between touching or the major grab. First and 11, they'll call that. From the 34-yard line. Henry again on a keeper, broke one tackle, taking a couple of guys with him as he gets to about the 31-yard line. Gain of 3, that'll make it 2nd and 7. 5:27 to go in the half. Oski leading 10-7 over Washington. Joe Lansolo and Jay Harms with you on the No Coast Network. Indians looking for the play. Play clock at 3. They get the snap away. And Henry will keep it himself, still on his feet, across the 30 to about the 28. And Cole's a pretty tough kid, too. He's shown us that. That'll set up 4th down and 4. Make it the 27-yard line.
3rd down.
Or 3rd down, beg your pardon. Ball near the center of the field as the Indians go left to right. 2 receivers wide to either side. Toss sweep Hill left side. He's got room around the corner. Across the 25, still on his feet and should have the 1st down. Brought down very near the 1st down marker.
Boy, it's been fun to watch him mature over the years. You know, Casey has really worked hard in the weight room, has got so much stronger from, you know, what he was when he was running back as a sophomore here, and just so much harder to bring down now as a senior.
3 receivers right, 1 to the left. Henry from the pistol, throwing downfield. Receiver open the 5-yard line is Miller. He scores! Touchdown Oskaloosa. Tyler Miller so open at the 5-yard line and make a nice quick turn into the inside to get those final 5 yards.
Yeah, the ball, you know, Cole, it was a tough throw for him, throwing kind of across his body, and the ball was fluttering a little bit, and Tyler read it perfectly, came back, and then again, just his natural instincts to cut it back in and able to put 6 more on the board for the Indians.
Because remember, Cole Henry is left-handed, and he was rolling to his right. Blom's kick is up and away, and good. 4:01 to go in the half. It's Oskaloosa 17, Washington 7. The kickoff in a minute on the No Coast Network.
At Mahaska Drug in Oskaloosa, getting your prescription filled is easy. The large covered drive-thru and easy access to the front door is convenient, and the friendly staff is always ready to help you. With a variety of goods and home decor, Mahaska Drug is sure to have the perfect gift for any occasion. Have your favorite photos developed and framed at Mahaska Drug's framing counter, and cherish your memories for years to come. It's all at Mahaska Drug in Oskaloosa, where they have been committed to a healthy community for over 20 years. Call 673-3439 or stop in today.
Fred's Muffler Shop in Oskaloosa has been a family-owned and operated business for over 55 years and is proud to support our community and the student athletes in it. Fred's Muffler provides their customers with bumper-to-bumper quality work done with hometown dependability and competitive prices. Come see what's new at Fred's Muffler Shop in the brand new showroom located at 1214 A Avenue West in Oskaloosa.
Kickoff is squibbed, and a battle for it near the 30-yard line of Washington. That took a really odd bounce, and it will be Washington football. I think it was Jace Buck who recovered that. A junior linebacker, 5'9", 148 pounds on the special team. It was interesting to see Aaron with a squib kickoff, and this one took kind of a strange hop that maybe the Indians could have recovered.
Yeah, they had a shot at it. Yeah, like you said, really took a funky bounce, and nice job, nice coverage by the Indians, just couldn't quite come up with it.
Washington will start from their own 31-yard line with 3:56 to go in the half, trailing 17-7. Luke Turner from the pistol, one back behind him and one to his right hip. Now Knutson comes in motion from the near side, and an inside handoff. It was Turner, Turner, the quarterback. They are so good at running that play. Knutson, the wing on the near side, had come in motion. I thought he had taken the handoff, but instead the quarterback, Turner, kept it. Gain of 4, 2nd down and 6 from the 35-yard line. Ball in the near hash. 3:27 to go till halftime. Clock running. Play clock at 10. Turner from the pistol. Play fake. Rolling to his right. Under pressure. Now starting to scramble. Tarkinen style to the near side. Still scrambling. Gets past a man and wound up down on his knees. They're going to say he was down. At about the 23-yard line for a loss of a dozen. He started looking like early Fran Tarkenton. He used to just practically do figure eights on the field. As Turner started to go right, then circle back to his left and getting further and further into trouble. And it was Walker Newman, the linebacker, 5'10", 215, a junior, who should get credit for a tackle for loss, if not an out-and-out sack. 3rd and 18. Turner to throw, dumps it off in the flat, passes batted down, incomplete. Was intended for Cade Hennigan. There are penalty flags on the play. And let's see what they call this. Holding Washington. Now, if you're Oski, maybe you decline this.
Yeah. Say 2.
That'll set up 4th down. Or no.
3rd down. 3rd and long,
right.
But they're going to take the penalty, put them back further. We still got 2:46 to go here, so get a couple defensive stops. You're in good field position.
And a chance at another Aaron Blom field goal. The possibility.
Yeah, a lot of things could happen. Tyler Miller could run a punt back. So hopefully we can get a stop here and get the ball back for halftime. No, we are going to. Are we going to decline it? Yes, we did.
Decline the penalty.
Yep.
And I wish I could remember who it was who knocked the ball down. That was a nice play. Turner with the back behind him and one to his left. Turner bobbles the snap. The ball's loose. Still loose. It's in the defensive backfield, and the Indians have it. Recovered by Coy Snakenberg. An unusual fumble in that it went a long ways forward.
Yeah, he kind of kicked it, hit his foot, and that's why it made it scoot right to Snakenberg.
I thought, Indians have it at their own 33. With 2:42 to go in the half and 2 timeouts remaining. And a 17-7 lead. Henry and the pistol, a back to either side. Receivers wide to either side and a slot on the left side and movement along the line. And it was offside on Washington. That'll set up 1st and 5 of the 28.
Indians still have 2 timeouts left, so pretty good shape here to get some points on the board before the half.
Same formation, receivers wide to either side. Dykstra a wing on the far side as the Indians go left to right. Henry in the backfield, flanked by Miller and Hill. 4 on the snap. Play clock, toss to the near side for Hill. Cross at 25, and a penalty flag goes down. Casey's knocked it out of bounds near the 25.
Yeah, we're going to get backed up here, I think.
So now the flags start to come out all over the place. Indians will be home again next week against Fairfield. 7:30 kickoff. Pregame of the No Coast Network at 7:15.
Oh, we're going to have a
double holding,
yep.
one on each side.
Offset, a replayer.
So it's still 1st and 5 for Oskaloosa from the Washington 28. They don't name the players in high school football. It'd be interesting to see if they were holding each other. In a platonic way, of course.
Yeah, they signaled as Oski holding in as personal foul against Washington.
Henry from the pistol. Miller and Hill flanking him in the backfield. 2 receivers to the left side, 1 to the right. And a give for Hill on a counter between center and left guard. And he'll pick up a yard, maybe 2. No flags on this play, fortunately. A gain of a yard. That'll set up 2nd and 4.
Yeah, look for Tyler Miller here to get involved somehow here. But we're going to burn another timeout, so we'll have 1 left on the board. The 1:50 to go here.
And with the Indians leading 17-7, we'll come back in 1 minute on the No Coast Network.
If you think there's room for improvement in your investment game plan, or that maybe you should send in some new plays, take a time out and talk to an experienced investment professional. I'm Bob Auld of Robert Auld Investments, an investment advisor with over 31 years of experience in Oskaloosa and Southern Iowa. Let me help you find some new strategies. Call 673-9448 or 1-800-444-AULD.
Robert Auld is a registered representative offering securities and investment advisory services through SagePoint Financial Inc., member FINRA and SIPC.
Back at Lacey Recreation Complex, I'm Joe Lancello. Oskaloosa leading Washington 17-7. 1:50 to go till halftime. Indians so far have scored on every possession. Tyler Miller with a 20-yard run. Aaron Blom a 37-yard field goal. And then Tyler Miller on a 22-yard pass from Cole Henry. 2nd and 4 Oski from Washington's 27-yard line. Henry in the pistol, a back to either side of him. Play fake, Henry throws out near side, caught by Miller, 20-yard line, broke a tackle and gets down near the 15. And that'll be an Indians first down. The 15 is where they will mark the ball. I couldn't quite tell where they marked Tyler's knees down as he got tripped up on a nice tackle. 1st and 10 Oski at Washington's 15. 1:31 to go in the half. Toss for Hill, left side, trying to get around the corner. Penalty flag thrown. And this one was thrown in the Oskaloosa backfield. That often means holding.
Yeah, we didn't need that. It backed up here 15 and 1:25 now to go here in the 4 halftime.
Holding it is on Oskaloosa. So we're looking at 1st and very long now. And they're going to set the ball down at the Washington 27-yard line. So we're looking at 1st and 22. 3 receivers right, 1 to the left. Hill in the backfield behind Henry, who's in the pistol.
Well, they got one-on-one coverage with Tyler Miller over here, and if Cole can just air it out on Tyler, run right by this guy.
They give it for Hill over the left side, and he'll carry to the 25-yard line for a pickup of 2. 2nd and 20. 56 seconds to play in the half, clock running. Maybe this is the time to air it out here.
Yeah, I think they're just kind of setting up that play, maybe that run in the middle that time. Here we go.
Throw. Comes off from the flat to the near side for Hill. Around the corner, 25-yard line. Gets out of bounds just inside the 20.
Yeah, he got out of bounds, so we're save that timeout.
Gain of 6 to the 19-yard line. That will set up third down and 14. 35 seconds to go in the half. Right now a 37-yard field goal or 38-yard field goal. Two receivers left, one to the right, and we have whistles.
Washington.
Washington will take a timeout. Their first, 35 seconds to go in the half. We'll keep things here. 17-7. Oskaloosa in the lead. And looking at our Craig Ford keys of the game, one of them was Tyler Miller's speed, and the Indians have certainly been using that to some very good advantage tonight. As he's got both Oskaloosa touchdowns, one on a 20-yard run and the other on a 22-yard pass. That last Oskaloosa scoring drive, by the way, their longest of the season in terms of time of possession, 6 minutes and 10 seconds. It was 72 yards and 14 plays. I don't know if that was the longest drive in terms of yardage. I'll have to check back to last week's box score, but certainly they didn't have a drive that went that long in terms of time. Jay Harms is on the sideline. I'm Joe Lancello. 35 seconds to go till halftime. Oski with a 17-7 lead. Now Hill goes in motion on the far side. We got whistles and penalty flags.
Yeah, it's going to be procedure on the Indians. Going to back us up 5 more. Yeah, we had movement before the ball snapped.
To the 24-yard line. They've got to get to the 5, so it's 3rd and 19.
Yeah, the problem with that is it just put us a little bit deeper for Blom for another field goal attempt, especially into that pretty whirling wind that we got going down here right now.
Two receivers. Now they'll try the same play with Hill going in motion on the far side. Henry to throw, lowing out far side. Boy, he's got a receiver open the 10 and the 5 and a touchdown. Tyler Miller again. And again, so wide open, it wasn't funny.
Yeah, how can you not have somebody, just on him every place he goes, because he's just so, like you had said earlier, Coach Jenkins, so electric. You've got to watch him all the time. Great for the Indians, though.
They'll take it. 23-7. Aaron Blom on for the extra point. Cole Kraber to hold it. Snap is down. Kick is up and away. And good. 24-7. The Indians increase their lead with 28 seconds to go in the half. And psychologically, a very big touchdown. So late in the half. And with considering all the penalties, Washington could have thought that maybe Oskaloosa was going to shoot themselves in the foot, but it didn't happen. Taking advantage of the fumble recovery, a 33-yard drive. Actually got 5 plays off if you don't count the penalties, and you're not supposed to. And it took 2 minutes and 14 seconds. And come to think of it, that was the first turnover Oskaloosa has received this season. That fumble that was recovered by Coy Snakenberg.
And Lashwood did such a good job on takeaways. So
it'll be Aaron Blom to kick it off.
Last time he squibbed it. See what he does this time here with 28 seconds to go.
That wasn't exactly an artificial turf bounce, but the stereotypical high bounce that one expects, but it was kind of a freaky one.
Yeah, it was. Same
and this
thing.
is a ground ball kickoff, and just player falls on it at the 30-yard line. That was Dylan Sanders. Just the simplest thing to do with 28 seconds to go in the half. Washington will start 1st and 10. And it'll actually be Oskaloosa getting the second half kickoff after they had won the toss and deferred.
Yeah, that's right. That'd be really big, too. Come out and get that ball in the third quarter, and especially if we can go right down and put another one on the board here and don't let them get anything here with 28 seconds to go. Should be setting really good for their first win of the year.
Now Washington, maybe with that in mind, will try to go for it rather than just go to the kneel down and go into the locker room. Play fake by Turner, rolling to his right, throwing into the flat. Pass is caught 30-yard line to the 40. Inside the 40-yard line and brought down. And the pass caught by Wilkes Widoff. W-I-L-X is how he spells his first name.
Now, they still got 2 timeouts to go here. Like you said, they're going to keep going for it.
Play fake Turner now on a draw, running and brought down to the 45. 10 seconds to go.
Wow.
And do they get the timeout called? They don't.
Wow.
Nobody looked at the clock and nobody called the timeout, and that's where we are. And what we are is at halftime with the score, Oskaloosa in their home opener leading Washington 24-7. And let's go to the field now for the Fan Appreciation Night giveaway.
How we doing tonight, guys? How about our Oskaloosa Indians? Woo! All right, here. Hey, can I have some help here, guys? Come on. All right. So, first of all, thanks for coming out for the first home game of the season. We want to present this check to the Oskaloosa Community School District for $1,000. And now, what everybody's waiting for, we're going to spin this and pick 3 winners for a $100 Visa gift card. You guys are going to fly away.
I got my ticket out. I'm waiting, guys.
All right. If I call your number, I want you to meet me over here by the stairs, please. The first number is 873-279. 873-279. The second one is 873-170. 873-170. And the last one is 873-125. 873-125. All right, head down there. We'll give you your gift card. And next week we're going to be playing the Fairfield Trojans right here. Clow is going to be sponsoring that game, so come on out and fill the stadium.
This is the Pepsi for serious fans. And serious eats. Oh yeah, like Carolina pulled pork, carnitas, or Alberto's al pastor. Nice, Beto. This is the Pepsi for Sundays at the ballpark and days off at your favorite joint. Right, Aaron?
Best slice in New York.
Whatever you're craving, this is the Pepsi for you. This is the Pepsi for serious fans.
For all your home and business pest management needs, call Certified Pest Control of Oskaloosa. Beth and I offer better prices, better service, same-day responses, and satisfaction guaranteed. We are the only pest control company locally owned and operated. Remember, termites on your property will lead to wood structural damage. So call now for your termite inspection and ask about termite pre-treatment of new construction. We also offer bed bug heat treatments. For seasonal or monthly pest control at the guaranteed lowest prices in the area, call Certified Pest Control, 641-295-0700. We are licensed to kill.
Hi, this is Brian Myers. Join us each Friday night for Scores and More following the conclusion of all the area high school games on KMZN and KBOE Radio. We'll be talking to Eric Zamora, our Game of the Week broadcaster, and the voice of Oskaloosa, Joe Lancello, along with area coaches and Rob Howe of HawkeyeNation.com. We'll be giving away prizes and recapping all the scores in the area, so join us live each Friday night from the No Coast Network studio for Scores and More.
The Clow Valve Company presents Oskaloosa Indians football on September 7th. The Indians versus the Fairfield Trojans. To celebrate the return of Friday Night Football, Clow Valve will be giving away 3 $100 gift cards to 3 lucky fans. Come out and support the Indians as they crush the Trojans. The freshman game starts at 4:45, followed by the varsity game at 7:30. Fan Appreciation Night at Lacey Stadium, where every paid entry has a chance to win one of 3 $100 gift cards. Sponsored by the Clow Valve Company.
Welcome back to Lacey Recreation Complex in Oskaloosa. I'm Joe Lancello. We're at halftime. And the Oskaloosa Indians leading the Washington Demons by a score of 24-7. And I haven't quite gotten the official stats figured out here, or my unofficial stats here, but let me just tell you how the scoring went. Indians on their first drive, scoring on a 7-yard run by a 20-yard run by Tyler Miller that capped off a 4-play, 48-yard drive. Aaron Blom with the extra point made it 7-0 in favor of the Indians. Washington came back on their next possession and drove 80 yards in 10 plays on a pass from Luke Turner to Brady Knutson, a 21-yard grab. The extra point was good, and that made the score 7-0 with 3:55 to go in the opening quarter. Oski came back on their ensuing possession, drove 52 yards in 8 plays, took 2:54 off the clock. Aaron Blom with a 37-yard field goal with 49 seconds to go first quarter to put the Indians back in front 10-7, and that's how it stayed after the opening quarter. In the next possession that Washington had, they tried a field goal, but it was blocked, and the Indians recovered with 10-11 to go in the quarter, and from there drove 72 yards, 14 plays. It took 6:10 off the clock. Cole Henry to Tyler Miller, 22 yards for a touchdown. The Blom extra point was good with 4:01 to go in the half. 17-7 Oski. On Washington's next possession, they fumbled. And as Jay Harms described it seemed like the quarterback Turner bobbled the ball and he was trying to pick it up. He kicked it forward because the ball actually went into the Oskaloosa defensive backfield where Coy Snakenberg recovered it. And he recovered it at the Washington 33. With a few penalties in there, it was a 5-play, 33-yard drive. Cole Henry to Tyler Miller again, a 24-yard touchdown. The extra point made it 24-7 Indians with 28 seconds to go in the half. And the Indians very much in command here, 24-7. Let me just figure out a couple of more plays here. Cole Henry with just one incompletion unofficially, 8 of 9 for 94 yards and a couple of touchdowns. And Tyler Miller, 4 catches for 47 yards, 2 of those for touchdowns. Oh, whoops. Make that 9 out of 10 for Cole Henry with 118 yards in the air. Casey Hill unofficially has rushed 11 times for 74 yards. And whoops. Wait a minute, I got something backwards here. I'm trying to do the stats as we go here. Unofficially, Miller, 3 catches for 41 yards. Dykstra, 4 catches for 59 yards.
supposed to do on the radio? Are we playing this then? Or?
Let's hear it for the Oskaloosa Marching Indians. The Marching Indians are under the direction of Rich Waddington, Rusty Raymond, and Justin Nelson. Drumline instructor is Phil Cam, and color guard instructor and choreographer is Carrie Songer. The band is led on the field by drum majors Myra Patton, Emma Hafner, and Maddie Hayes. The band is preparing for the Johnston Marching Invitational on September 15th and will then compete for the first time at the Marching Dutch Invitational in Pella on September 22nd, where they are the defending Class 3A champions. The band students, directors, and staff would like to thank all of our parents and boosters for your continued support.
Water is more than just a source of life. We have fun with it, clean with it, grow with it, save lives with it. How water gets to us is rarely ever thought about. But at Clow Valve Company, water is never taken for granted. We design and build some of the most advanced water valves and hydrants in the world from one of the cleanest, greenest, and safest facilities in the United States. Clow Valve Company, it's more.
Hello, my name is Craig Ford, and just over a year ago, I purchased the Ford dealership in Oskaloosa. We changed the name to Craig Ford, and we got to work making it better. In our first year, we have increased our sales by over 100%. We believe in both big discounts and exceptional service. Not just when you buy a vehicle, but the entire time you own your vehicle. Craig Ford is a great place to buy your next new or pre-owned vehicle.
We all need help from time to time, especially during life's health transitions. Whether you're getting back on your feet or looking for a new place to call home, Care Initiatives is here. For over 25 years, we've helped Iowans maintain independence and quality of life. Rehabilitation, skilled nursing, long-term care, hospice care. No matter what life brings, our team of experts are ready. Care Initiatives for life's health transitions.
Falvey Lumber and Hardware in Eddyville and Albia is dedicated to providing their customers with friendly service. Falvey Lumber and Hardware values your business and has made it their mission to provide reliable products and services with their customer-driven approach. Falvey's courteous professional team is able to support a range of services to meet your requirements. Falvey Lumber and Hardware in Eddyville and Albia. In Eddyville, call 969-4814 or Albia 932-2150.
Welcome back to Lacey Recreation Complex. I'm Joe Lancello along with Jay Harms on the sidelines. Oskaloosa leading Washington by a score of 24-7. Checking our Craig Ford keys to the game. Mentioned trying to limit Washington's big plays because the Indians gave up 6 plays of over 20 yards last week in the loss to Pella Christian, and so far Washington had 2 on their lone scoring drive, but since then, none. So just 2 so far. 2 big plays in the game. Also, Tyler Miller's speed. Well, Miller has all 3 Oskaloosa touchdowns, and I think not so much his speed, Jay Harms, if you're with me on the sideline, but also his quickness, because he not only got open, but was able to quickly get into a position to use that speed to get into the end zone on those 2 of those touchdowns.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah, I agree, Joe. You know, last week we kind of got burned a little bit by Pella Christian's good running back with his speed and quickness that he had. And tonight you're seeing it from on the other side, of course, with the Oskaloosa Indians, Tyler Miller. Just shows what kind of superior athlete that Tyler is.
And the other one was physical play of the line of scrimmage. You mentioned that Washington not as big as they were a year ago. It seems like the Indians may be getting a little bit of the advantage of that one. What do you see from down there?
Yeah, I agree with that too. You know, I think that offensively we look at our line a little bit, you know, and we had some holes that we had to fill from last year, the kids that we lost. And again, you know, I think from game 1 to game 2, you know, you use that first game as kind of judging, you know, seeing what you have to work on the next week. And I think Coach Jenkins knew that he had to shore some things up and see how much they can improve from you know, week 1 to week 2, and I think we've seen great improvement, you know, from this football team, and hopefully we can see another good second half as they're going to get better. We still had some penalties, still made some mistakes. Hopefully we'll clear that up here the second half. But yeah, I think at the offensive line and outside of maybe you know, the quarterback of Washington, defensively we've done a pretty good job of containing their running game. Their leading rusher they had last week, I didn't hear your stats, what he had that first half rushing, but the quarterback's been their main threat, you know, just on that quarterback keeper.
Let's see, I have to do some quick math here. Turner, 16, 23, 44. They didn't have the ball very much. 66 yards unofficially for Luke Turner on the ground. He ran for 41 yards and a touchdown last week. And Garrett Eichert, who ran for 88 yards and a touchdown last week, who was their leading runner for Washington in their loss to Marion. He's had a couple of good runs, but pretty much kept in check. And it's going to be interesting to see what Washington does now, because they are going to be, well, they're down by 17 points, and they're going to be potentially down again, as the Indians, another thing they did not do in the first half is punt.
Yeah, right. And then we're going to get the ball going into the wind, so we'll get the ball with the wind in the fourth quarter. And again, you know, we did see that their quarterback, Turner, he had a pretty good arm, so he's going to have to air it out a little bit. They want to get back in this game, you know, down by 17 here, starting this second half. But they'll have the win this third quarter, so if they want to throw the ball, that's when they're going to have to try to open it up.
And maybe another key to the game that we can add to that would be coverage. I'm sure both teams will want to be a little bit better on their pass coverage.
Yeah, we've been a little soft at times, you know. I've kind of noticed there's times that Coach Jenkins will, you know, put some of maybe our offensive people in. You know, they're trying to rest a little bit, not play both ways. But once in a while, you know, that he'll mix it up a little bit, and you'll see, you know, Tyler Miller come in there defensively and that type of thing. So we'll look for that this second half as well.
Tyler Miller and Casey Hill back of their 5-yard line as Logan Escher to kick it out from right to left for Washington. He booms this one, and that soars through the end zone. Power of the wind.
Yeah, that wind has not died down any down here. It's been really stiff all game, and I think we're going to see that the second half as well.
Fortunately, it has not rained again. It did during the freshman game, just little bits. And we actually had a rainbow during the pregame warm-ups briefly.
Right, they had just a little bit of a delay in that freshman game because of some lightning, so they held off starting that game, but thank goodness we didn't have that issue here tonight.
Oskaloosa winning that freshman game 28-20 over Washington. And it's the Indians with the ball at their own 20, 1st and 10, going from left to right in the home maroon with gray and white. And I think somebody had the wrong football, or too many footballs. Each team uses its own football on offense. Snap goes through Henry's hands. He's got to dive down on it near the 8-yard line. I don't know if he took his eye off it or the ball just was just a little bit off from where it was supposed to be. Just seemed to go toward his right shoulder pad and hit off that. From the 9-yard line after a loss of 11. Henry pump fake, throws, incomplete, just off the fingertips of Isaac Schultz, who was running a post pattern, and he just not able to hang on to it. That'll bring up 3rd and 21 from the 9-yard line. Isaac yet to catch a pass tonight. He had 4 catches for 44 yards last week. Miller will now move to the backfield. Dexter will line up in the slot on the near side with Schultz wide right. And Henry out of the pistol again, 3rd and 21. Cole back to throw. Looking, throwing long on over the middle, a double covered receiver and a jump ball. And who did catch it? It's an interception. They're calling it an interception. And I believe that was number 20, Tristan Westfall Edwards, on the pick. That was literally a jump ball with, I think it was Cody Gunn, the receiver, intended receiver for Oskaloosa. But Washington will take over at the Oskaloosa 41-yard line with 11:17 to go in quarter number 3. And Washington trailing 24-7. 3 receivers to the left. Ball in the far hash as Washington goes from right to left. Turner play fake, rolling to the left and hit near the 50-yard line and brought down in Washington territory, the 48. On the pursuit there was Casey Hill. They'll mark him at the Oskaloosa 48-yard line. Still a loss, 2nd of 7, 2nd down 17. Turner with an empty backfield. Wings to both sides, 2 receivers right, 1 to the left. Long count. Turner to throw. Rolling to his right, under pressure, throws, and incomplete. He did have an open receiver on the far side. And that was Tristan Westfall Edwards. So that'll set up 3rd and 17 from the Washington 48. Excuse me, the Oskaloosa 48. You're listening to Oskaloosa High Football on the No Coast Network, KMZN, AM and FM in Oskaloosa. I'm Joe Lancello along with Jay Harms. 3rd and 17. Eckert went into the backfield in deep motion. Quarterback draw by Turner. He'll keep it and get to the 35-yard line, but that'll still be short of a first down. Didn't try to hide that at all, and Washington is going to go for it.
Yeah, watch for the same play here. There's an empty backfield.
5 at the line. Delay handoff, and the Indians aren't fooled by it. Eckert took the handoff. Walker Newman was there.
Yeah, Blom and Walker, yep. Yeah, that's a nice thing to see there. You know, last week, Joe, Walker Newman was playing linebacker. Now he's playing defensive end. And with Aaron Blom back, he slides into that linebacker slot, and that really helps the Indians defensively.
So after the turnover, the Indians do well to avoid a score. And they'll get it back 1st and 10 at their own 39. Give for Hill up the middle to the 41-yard line. Brought down by linebacker Tristan Westfall Edwards. 5'10", 185-pound senior. Pickup of 2, 2nd down 8. And on a play fake, Henry will just keep it himself. Somebody lost a helmet. It wasn't Henry, and there was no head attached to that helmet that still fell on the floor, and the gain of 4 to the 45-yard line. Did that look like a broken play to you, Jay? It sort of did to me.
Well, I think he was just trying to read, you know. He was holding it in. He stuck it in. Casey's stomach was just kind of holding it and trying to read and see if he needed to pull it out or let her go. And it's quite kind of, everything was held up a little bit there.
2 receivers wide to either side. Hill at the right hip of Henry, who is in the pistol. Play fake, Henry will keep it this time, and he will lose a yard as he was hit in the backfield by Westfall Edwards, who lost his helmet.
You might see our first punt of the night.
Yes, it is. Nick Dykstra will punt. He averaged 34.4 yards last week, and his longest was 49. And he had one especially nice one that went inside the, I believe inside the 10-yard line, if not inside the 20.
Yeah, I think that was right after that one they almost missed, didn't he? Dropped it and
sort of fanned on it, yeah.
Right.
Standing at his own 30-yard line. High snap, gets it away. And the ball takes a high bounce, but an Oski bounce. And the ball will die at the 26-yard line of Washington. And that's where Washington will take it over with 8:06 to go, third quarter. And Oskaloosa in the lead, 24-7.
Well, so far, both offensives are Indians 2 possessions and weren't able to move the ball very well. And now, second time for Washington here to have the ball in the second half.
It must be said that Dykstra was kicking into the wind, but still got a pretty good bounce. And after a short break, as we said, the first punt, but a 3 and out. Not even a first down on that drive for the Indians. 3 receivers to the right. Now a wing coming in motion. And a gift for Eichert over the right side. He'll get across the 25 to about the 28. Reminder, we've got more college football for you tomorrow, as William Penn has their home opener as they take on Baker from here at Lacey Recreation Complex. 2:30 kickoff, pregame at 2:15 here on KMZN of the No Coast Network. And on KBOE, we've got the Iowa Hawkeyes tomorrow as they host Northern Illinois. And what the heck was that?
Now Washington's right guard raised up before the snap, so a false start on the Demons.
And seemed like before the flag went in the air, the ball was just kind of snapped, not half-heartedly, probably have to say quarter-heartedly. Washington, the more penalized of the two teams. 3 receivers to the right on second down and, 12. Turner throwing over the middle, open receiver, Knutson the 45 to the 50 into Oskaloosa territory at about the 47-yard line. Brady Knutson, who has the lone Washington touchdown, again, very open. 29 yards on that play and a first down. 2 receivers wide to either side. Eichert lined up behind the quarterback, Luke Turner, in the pistol. Westfall Edwards comes in motion to the far side. They fake a jet sweep. Turner will keep it and lose 2 yards to the 50. That's one thing we hadn't seen from Washington tonight is the jet sweep, or at least the appearance of it, where the slot back will come in motion and take a handoff with a running start.
Yeah, nice play by Nick Dykstra that time. He read the quarterback going to pull that ball out, and Nick read it well and able to, of course, throw him for about a 2-yard loss here.
2nd and 12 from the 50. 6:23 to go in the third. Back in motion. Turner to throw. Lawyers it out far side. Incomplete. Receiver was trying to reach for the ball, was Knutson, and now the coverage there was linebacker Cole Kraber. That'll set up 3rd and a dozen with 6:16 to go in the third. Indians again looking for their first win of the year after a loss on opening night. Washington also losing in their opener last week. 3 receivers right, 1 to the left. Blitz coming, Turner to throw. Airs it out far side and overthrew his receiver at the far sideline. And again, that was Knutson. That will set up 4th down at midfield, 4th and long. And I would think Washington now is going to punt it away. This will only be the 2nd time that Washington has had to punt tonight. Sam Hall had a 32-yarder.
Yeah.
Tyler Miller to receive back at his own 10-yard line.
See if he can break one here.
Hall does have the wind with him. Snap is a little bit high, no real pressure. It's popped high to the far side. It will take a big bounce into the end zone. 50-yard punt, 30-yard net, and Oskaloosa will take over at their own 20 with 6:03 to go third quarter, leading 24-7. Haven't had any scoring in this third quarter. Oski led it 10-7 at the half, 24-7 at halftime. Indians will also be at home next Friday night against Fairfield. We've got that here on the No Coast Network. Again, 7:30 kickoff, pregame at 7:15. And some more Oski sports teams will be in action tomorrow. The cross-country teams, after having a rainout on Tuesday at Williamsburg, they will run at Central College in Pella tomorrow. That one will start at 10:30 in the morning, I understand. And the Oski volleyball team will be playing at a tournament at Cedar Rapids, Washington. On first down, a give for Miller. He tried to go over the right side, but Washington was ready for that, and Tyler got hit a few times. Treshawn Willis, one of those on the hit. Willis, as you mentioned, Jay, does not have a left arm, but that doesn't stop him from being an effective player.
No, it doesn't. You know, you look at his nice, well-built kid. You know, he's out there really playing hard with just one arm. You have to give him a lot of credit.
Henry throwing on second down, pass off a hand of an Oski player, and it's intercepted. Luke Turner playing defensively for one of the few times tonight he got the pass, and this was on a tip ball.
Yeah, intended for Miller. It's a little bit high, a little behind, a little high for Tyler. But again, that's second pick for the Demons here in this second half.
And again, Washington taking over in Oskaloosa territory. This time the ball will be at the 36-yard line.
Yeah, you mentioned about the cross-country team and volleyball teams, Joe, and people need to get out to watch those fall sports participants take part in their sport. You know, Coach Comfort does a great job with the cross-country kids, and coming up we'll have the Oski Invitational, a lot of teams coming in, and of course the volleyball team. Coach Comfort's got a nice-looking group of volleyball players this year, so they're going to be very competitive in the conference.
Turner to throw, under pressure, slamming to the left, running for his life, throwing, and incomplete. And a pass that was just pretty well blatantly dropped by Cade Hennigan near the 25-yard line. And he was under some pretty good pressure, Turner was. Kind of think it was Aaron Blom who was putting the pressure on him.
Yeah, he's a nice-looking quarterback. You know, he's got a nice arm. That was a tough throw, and he made a nice throw there.
Was a starter last year as a sophomore and one more year. Good health permitting. 2 men on the backfield, play fake. Turner under pressure, quarterback draw, steps forward. Still running at the 35 to the 30, broke a tackle, 25, breaks outside, 20, 15 around the corner. One man to beat, and he will get there for a touchdown. Touchdown, Washington. Luke Turner on a 36-yard run.
Yeah, nice effort, man. Show a little athleticism on that one. The quarterback, young quarterback.
24-13 the score now with 5:03 to go in the half. No swinging gate this time. Logan Escher on for the extra point. Turner to hold. Kick is up and good. 5:03 to go third quarter. It's Oskaloosa 24, Washington 14. The kickoff in a minute on the No Coast Network.
Lighton State Bank understands that everyone's financial needs and goals are different. That's why it's essential for you to bank with a local bank that knows you personally and professionally. Lighton State Bank is that bank. They understand your financial situation and work diligently to help you reach your financial goals. They're committed to working with you and for you every step of the way. Lighton State Bank, serving you from Lighton, Pella, and Monroe. Grow strong with us, member FDIC.
After the turnover, just a two-play, 36-yard drive for Washington, taking all of 21 seconds off the clock. Indians with have thrown 2 interceptions in this quarter. And Washington now within 10 at 24-14. As Logan Escher, the senior, will kick it off. And he's got the wind with him, and he'll take advantage of that and just kick it into the end zone. Off the touchback, Oski will have it at their own 20-yard line with 5:03 to go in the third. We were mentioning fall sports. There was one I forgot to mention. That's the Oski girls swim team. And their next meet will be on Tuesday at Marshalltown. And the girls volleyball team will also be in action on Tuesday at Dallas Center Grimes. Indians first and 10 at their own 20. 2 receivers wide to either side. Henry out of the pistol, play fake, toss to Miller near side. Up the numbers, 20, Trent making a fake, and they're not buying it, and a gain of about 3 yards. And we're talking about coverage. Washington had a couple of 2-3 guys getting there pretty quickly. And they'll give it a 5-yard gain, make it second down and 5.
Yeah, the Indians got about 4.5 minutes left yet to go into this wind, and then they'll, of course, have the wind to their back in that fourth quarter.
Indians send 3 to the left, 1 to the right. Henry pump fake, looking, now starting to roll right, now throws to the near side, looking for Miller. Ooh, in and out of his hands. Or check that was Nick Dykstra. Beg your pardon. Almost able to grab it at the Washington 45. That'll set up 3rd and 5.
That was a nice throw by Cole again, across his body and into the wind. He put it there for Nick, give him a chance to catch it, but just went through his hands.
Cole Henry, you got to remember, is left-handed, so it'd be more natural for him to roll left as he's doing now and throw in that direction, which he does, and the pass is just out of the reach again of Nick Dykstra. So again, the Indians with 3 and out, and they'll punt it away with 4:11 to go in the 3rd.
And we just haven't done anything offensively here this 3rd quarter, and we're just kind of letting Washington hang around here. They get the ball back with the wind here. We got to kick into that stiff wind.
Nick Dykstra's first punt, a 30-yarder.
Which was actually a pretty good kick into the wind. He got that nice roll, as you mentioned.
Ethan Hunt and Cade Hennigan back to receive at their own 44-yard line. Pressure on. Oh, he got hit, and they'll throw the flag. Dykstra got hit. He really took one for the team there.
Yes, he did.
And it was Tristan Westfall Edwards who came in with a good rush. But he made contact with the punter, Nick Dykstra. And that's a break for the Indians. That is one of the more vulnerable places that there is, the punter, when he's let that ball go off his foot.
Yeah. Our coaching staff really got in that offensive huddle that time, Joe, and really trying to push our offensive players here to let's move the ball now. We need to start moving the ball, guys.
2 men on the backfield besides Henry, and a give for Casey Hill. Bursts over the middle of the 50-yard line to the 45 of Washington. And another Oskaloosa first down. 16 yards on the pickup for Casey Hill. Hill and Miller are flanking Cole Henry in the backfield. And a give for Hill again, this time stacked up. And in fact, he'll lose 2 yards to the 47-yard line. Makes it 2nd and 12 for Oski. 3:35 to go 3rd quarter. Indians still in front, 24-14. Two receivers wide to the right, 1 to the left. 2 men in the backfield again besides Henry, who will hand it off to Tyler Miller, who is hit in the backfield again and maybe got back to the line of scrimmage. Wilkes Whithoff in on the tackle. That was a loss of 1 to the 48, setting up 3rd and 13. 2:50 to go in the 3rd quarter. Cody Gunn will be wide to the near side. Play clock at 7. They better hurry up. 2 receivers left. Hill going in motion to the far side. Henry to throw, tripped up, throws anyway. Open receiver, and he couldn't hang on to it. Over the 35-yard line was Tyler Miller.
Yeah, you're not going to see him drop too many, but he'd like to have that ball back, I'm sure. Nice job by Cole to step up in the pocket and able to see Tyler, but man, he just couldn't quite hang on to it.
It wasn't quite in his normal running stride to be able to catch that. He had to reach a little bit back for it. In Tyler's defense.
Right, yep. So Henry snap it here to Dykstra, got to punt it away again.
I'm sure asking for a little better protection this time. He gets it, and he gets the kick away. It is high, just a floater, and it took a Washington bounce from the 25-yard line to about the 37. That's the kind of a bounce you don't want to see, if you're an Oski fan, that is. From the 47 to the 38, that's just a 15-yard punt. And that's the thing is that you look at it, Nick Dykstra did the right thing. He got it high. But the bounce that it took was just in the wrong direction. 2:19 to go in the third. Washington at their own 38. Snap low, and Turner had to just dive to fall on that one. That's, I think, the second bad snap that they've had tonight, and that one lost 5 yards. 2nd and 15. Minute 53 to go in the third. Washington going right to left of the traveling white with black and orange. One receiver left, three to the right. A give for Eichert up the middle, hit at the 35 and getting forward to about the 36. Aaron Blom among those on the hit. Gain of 4 to the 37. That'll set up 3rd and 11 with a minute 28 to go in the third. Again, both teams in the spread hurry-up type offense. 3 receivers right, 1 to the left with the ball in the near hash. Turner, play fake. Steps up, penalty flag thrown. Pass is tipped by an Oski player and caught by a Washington player at the 49-yard line, and it was Ryan Knutson on the grab. But the penalty flag
holding, yep.
was, in the Washington backfield, and that usually does mean holding. And Washington, it seems, has been the one that's hurt themselves the most with penalties tonight. So instead of them getting another break on a deflected pass that would have been caught for a first down, instead they'll be moved back. So we watch the officials move it back to the 29. 3rd and 19. They've got to get to their own 48, Washington does. 3 receivers right. 1 to the left, wing on the left side. That wing, Eichert goes in deep motion. Turner, play fake. He'll just keep it himself around the left side. He'll be brought down the 32-yard line. And we have flags after the play. Cade Snakenberg with a nice tackle. But what happened at the end of the play that led to all the flags?
And I think number 67 from Washington just got ejected.
Did he say the secret word?
No, I think that, and he took a kind of a late hit, cheap shot at one of our players.
I've got to admit, I didn't see that would happen. I was watching the replay on our television feed.
I think he's the one that got called earlier, just before that, for the hold, when they caught that deflected pass, and then
okay.
Then he came over here, and the play was dead, and took a little shot at one of our linemen standing over here towards the sidelines.
So that's 15 yards plus the ejection.
Let's go, defense!
Did you get the number of that truck?
Let's go, Dave!
I think it was Keith Zabel, their center.
Here we go!
Sam Hall standing on his own 1-yard line. Gets the snap away. Miller calling for Fair catch picking up on the bounce. And well, the thing he did call for the fair catch.
So he's dead right there, and where he caught the ball.
So the Indians will have it at their own 39 with 28 seconds to go in the third quarter. Indians still in the lead, 24-14. Indians have not scored in this quarter. Only scoring in this quarter came from Washington on a 36-yard run from their quarterback, Luke Turner.
Do we have a first down this quarter, Joe?
Nope. 2 interceptions and 2 punts.
We're going to drive right here and get 7 on this drive here. We're going to run the ball and get the wind here.
Unless they do it quickly here. Henry on a play fake. He'll keep it, trying to go around the left side, and he'll get to the 40, and that's about it for a gain of 1. And I think the Indians will pretty much let it run out here. 10 seconds to go in the quarter. And now Cole Henry starting to move toward the Oskaloosa sideline, and that pretty much will do it. 2-1. 3 quarters in the books from Lacey Recreation Complex. Oskaloosa 24, Washington 14. Fourth quarter in a minute on the No Coast Network.
Oskaloosa Vision Center's hometown doctors have strong roots in Oskaloosa and are dedicated to serving the community. We use state-of-the-art equipment to provide high-quality, professional eye care through comprehensive eye exams, medical care for eye infection and disease treatment, as well as emergency aid and pre- and post-operative care. With our large variety of prescription glasses, sunglasses, and contact lenses, we strive to meet the needs of all patients, from newborn to adult. Oskaloosa Vision Center. Come see us today.
Hawkeye Real Estate is your one-stop source for everything real estate in Mahaska County and the surrounding area. Whether commercial, residential, or acreages, we've got you covered with the area's largest pool of real estate professionals, full-time support staff, and property management services. With over $19 million in sales volume for 2016, Hawkeye continues to be Oskaloosa's leading real estate office. Discover what thousands already know. When it's time to make a move, get the Hawkeye Edge.
From Lacey Recreation Complex, Joe Lancello up top, Jay Harms down on the sideline. Indians leading 24-14. They've got the ball at their own 40-yard line, 2nd down and 9. Going right to left in the fourth quarter with the wind. In the home maroon with gray and white. Empty backfield, 3 receivers to the right of Cole Henry, to the left, quick out to the far side. And the receiver got his knee down as he was trying to catch the low pass. That was Casey Hill. And that is going to end up in a loss of 6. 3rd and 15. Husky offense struggling in the second half. 2 receivers to the left with the ball in the far hash. 2 to the right. Henry to throw, steps up, passes caught, 35-yard line to the 40 with room, 45, 50, that's Miller. Was hit, stays on his feet, 40 to the far side, 30, 20, he'll run all the way home. Touchdown Oski. Tyler Miller on a 66-yard touchdown, and the Indians increase the lead to 30-14.
Man, he's just so dangerous. Every time he touches the ball, you know, he can break it at any time.
61-yard drive, 3 plays. Taking about 1 minute. The kick from Blom seemed like it was blocked. So the first time tonight, the Indians do not make an extra point. So our score with 11:21 to go in the fourth, Indians 30, Washington 14. Kickoff in a minute on the No Coast Network.
Hi, I'm Edward Jones Financial Advisor Amber Coffey.
I'm Edward Jones Financial Advisor Brandon Kane.
I'm Edward Jones Financial Advisor Jennifer Main.
I'm Edward Jones Financial Advisor Jason Rosenboom.
I'm Edward Jones Financial Advisor Austin Norris.
If your saving for retirement strategy involves the phrase, "I'll get around to it someday," you need to talk with an Edward Jones Financial Advisor. When it comes to meeting your goals, time can be on your side, and there's no better time than now to get started toward your retirement goals. For sound financial advice, contact your local Edward Jones professional today. Edward Jones, making sense of investing. Member SIPC.
For over 30 years, Pella Printing has been leading the way in the print industry with quality equipment, modern facilities, and skilled staff. The Pella approach combines old-world craftsmanship with today's cutting-edge technology to provide brilliant printed products at a value price. They take the time to understand clients' needs from design to pre-press to printing and delivery to build lasting relationships with their customers. Whether you need personalized graduation announcements, oversized posters and banners, marketing materials, or stationery, Pella Printing offers a broad assortment of quality printed products done with speed and precision. Pella Printing, where technology and craftsmanship meet.
Aaron Blom to kick it off for the Indians, who lead 30-14 with 11:21 to play in the fourth quarter. Blom with the wind will boom this out of the end zone. Jay, did you get a look at what happened on the snap there? I wasn't sure if there was a bad snap or was just good penetration by Washington's defensive front. Indians led at the quarter, 10-7, 24-7 at the half. 24-14 after 3, and now 30-14. Early in the fourth, Washington from left to right.
Keep in mind they got a new center in here now. The other center just got ejected in their last offensive possession.
A handoff over the right side, keeping his feet moving, is Tristan Westfall Edwards. He's across the 25 to about the 28. And on second down, a give up the middle, and not much. Not much doing there. I didn't see who the ball carrier was. Luke Turner, the quarterback, that was. The new center for Washington, by the way, is Brody Wagner, a 6'2", 260-pound junior. Washington with a long look at their sideline on the far side. See what Coach James Harris wants on this 3rd and 2 play. Two receivers to the right. The ball's on the near hash. Still looking, play clock at 17. One receiver to the right. Two backs to the right of Turner. Turner out of the pistol. Rolling to his right, looking downfield, throwing to a man who's covered, and the pass is broken up. Wyatt Creer on the coverage. The pass was intended for Cade Hennigan near the Oskaloosa 40-yard line. And that'll set up 4th down and 2.
Yeah, really interesting play call there, you know, where they had 3rd and short to pick up that 1st down and thrown into the wind, a deep throw. So now they got 4th down. And
speaking of interesting, they're going to go for it.
Yep.
Forget the punting. Turner on the quarterback draw, keeping it, broke a tackle, 1st down, 35, up the hash far side, 40 to the 42. And if you're a Washington fan, you were wondering maybe why they didn't do that in the last play. Because that's been effective for them all night.
Right, yep. They were pretty confident they could pick it up on that 4th down play. So
Turner picked up 14.
Keep the chains moving here.
From his own 42, quick out on the near side, caught by Knutson. To the 45, broke a tackle, stopped at the 48-yard line. Pick up a 6. Knutson scored the first Washington touchdown on a pass. That was in the first quarter. Turner running for a 36-yard score in the 3rd quarter. Give over the right side. Westfall Edwards is stopped near the 50. That'll make it 3rd and 2 right on the 50. 9:08 to go. Clock running. Each team with all 3 timeouts remaining.
Well, definitely be 2-down territory. They don't make it here because they went for it last time when they had the 4th down in their own territory.
Exactly. 2 receivers right, 1 left, 2 men on the backfield. Turner from the pistol. Turner dropping back with time. Airs out on the far side into the wind, incomplete. Pass was intended for Ethan Hunt on the far side, and the penalty flag is in the Washington backfield, which usually means the H word, holding, and that's what it is. And rather than take the play and go for 4th down, I think the Indians will push them back and take this penalty.
Yeah, since they went for it last time on 4th down, you don't want to give them an opportunity 4th and short, so.
The more field they've got to work with, the more yards they've got to try to cover, that is, Washington. The ball will be marked at their own 37-yard line. 3rd and 15. 8:46 to go. Quarter number 4. 2 receivers right, 1 to the left. Turner play fake, rolling left. Throwing pass, incomplete. Just behind the back. I think that was Eichert. The ball was just a little bit to the inside as the back was heading outside.
Yeah, just the opposite of Cole Henry there. You know, he had to throw a little bit across his body, rolling out to the left side.
Yeah, right-handed quarterback rolling left. Sam Hall back to punt. He is a lineman by trade, so he might not, if there is a fake, it wouldn't necessarily be him running it. Snap a little high, he gets it, no pressure, gets it away. Tyler Miller catches it his own 28, starts to the far side, comes to the near side, and is brought down to the 30 and a penalty flag. Now the question is, was that a Washington player's hand toward the face mask, or was that an Oskaloosa player trying to help with a block?
Well, I think we got called for the first penalty, but we're trying to wonder here if they got a little pile on late because he had thrown his flag, then he also threw his hat. I know our coaching staff definitely wanted, there's a face mask.
Face?
Oh, okay, we get them both here.
Ah.
I thought we had a block in the back is what the first call was going to be, but it was a face mask.
I saw the face mask. I didn't catch the second signal.
Yep, the second one, Miller was down on the ground and he got hit. Late hit came in on him.
So if nothing else, this gives the Indians players a bit of a breather too while the officials sort this out. So it looks like from the spot of where all that happened, the ball's gonna so a face mask plus a personal foul. That's the one area Washington will be really disappointed with themselves tonight is that they have had a lot of penalties. And Oski will take over at the Washington 44-yard line with 8:32 to go in the fourth quarter, leading 30-14.
Yeah, we got Miller in the pistol here.
3 receivers right, 2 to the left. Snap a little bit high. Tyler gets it down. And he is converged on pretty quickly and will do well to make it a loss of 2 on the play.
Yeah, our center thought he's still snapping to the 6'9" boy. Tyler a little bit smaller than Cole.
Tyler at 5'9", so yeah. Habits. Loss of 4 to the 48, 2nd and 14. Henry is in the pistol now. Empty backfield with 3 receivers right and 2 to the left. Cole under pressure, rolling right, throwing, dumping off 45-yard line. Took a hit, and to the 40-yard line is Tyler Miller. Into Washington territory. It's still in Washington territory, actually. I'll tell you, he took a fair shot there and kept going. Sets up 3rd and 6 at the Washington 40. 2 receivers wide to either side. Hill to the right of Henry. 7:15 to go, clock running. Play clock at 9. Henry with the snap. Throws over the middle, caught by a sliding receiver, the 30-yard line. That was Isaac Schultz, but we got a penalty on the play.
Yeah, that's coming back.
And that's holding on Oskaloosa. So a nice catch by Isaac Schultz won't go into the record book. That'll move the ball back into Oskaloosa territory with 7:02 to play. And the Indians will snap it at their own 44. They've got to get to the Washington 34. 3rd and 20.
Well, just nibble here. Let's get... we
2nd
got,
and 20.
Yeah, we got a couple downs here to get some of this yardage back, and maybe we'll see a long field goal attempt by Blom.
He does have the wind with him. Henry, step back, push, move forward, and just kind of going with the flow and keep it to the 50-yard line for a gain of 6. I don't think Cole has been sacked tonight. Third and 16 from the 50. 6:22 to go and the clock running. Indians with a 30-14 lead. Ball on the near hash as the Indians go right to left. And to give for Hill, bursts up the middle. He may have slipped as he crossed the 45-yard line of Washington and got to the 44, or was that somebody who reached out to get him? And there's a Washington player down on the deck. Maybe that was the guy who tackled Casey. It was a gain of 6, but they needed 16.
Yeah, it's too bad that his feet went underneath him, because he had a chance to pick up some more yardage there to really give, I think, Blom a shot at a field goal. Actually, we still might attempt one here.
That's Sam Hall, a defensive end and offensive lineman, being helped off. Blom is on the field, and so is the holder, Cole Kraber. This is a 61-yard field goal try. Wally Carbo, you got to be kidding me. Snap, kick, up, short. Well, with the wind, it was worth a try.
Yes, it was. We were about maybe a little bit of need about more 8 more yards, and I think we would have really had a good shot.
And fortunately for Oskaloosa, this is not the NFL rule where the defensive team would take over where the ball was set down. This is just a regular touchback, and Washington will start at their own 20-yard line with 5:45 to play in the 4th.
Yeah, that's kind of a really crazy rule, I think, Joe, because why wouldn't you attempt that? In that situation, give yourself a chance.
So, yeah, really no different than a punt that goes into the end zone.
No, that's right. And you got a chance for 3 points at least, if you'd happen to really get into one with a strong wind behind your back.
So pretty good field position, and a give for Westfall Edwards carrying over the right side. Not much of a gain, though, as he was hit early on pretty quickly. 2nd and 9, 5:28 to go, clock running. Oski leading 30-14. Washington needing 2 major scores plus 2 two-point conversions to tie this thing up. A give over the right side. Garrett Eichert on the carry, and he will be near a first down. Seems like he's been kind of a forgotten man, Garrett Eichert, in the second half.
Yeah, not a lot of carries out of him, for being their leading rusher last week.
He gained 8, 3rd and 1 from the 29.
The situation last time like this, they put the ball up in the air, and I don't think they'll do it this time.
2 receivers right, 2 men on the backfield besides the quarterback, who will hand it off. And bouncing to the outside and not getting far is Westfall Edwards, and Aaron Blom again in the area on the tackle. No gain. That's going to be 4th and 1. And with 4:10 to play, they're going to go for it. Washington, a long look at the sideline. 2 receivers right, 1 to the left, ball on the near hash. Turner in the pistol with 2 men in the backfield. Turner quarterback draw, stacked up at the line and brought down at the 30. I don't know if he got it.
No, he did pick it up.
He did.
I thought they were motioned the other way with it, too. But
I saw the one official on the far side point like first down for Oskaloosa. Gain of 2 to the 31, 3:40 to play. Turner is going to have to be thinking pass here pretty soon. Another quarterback draw, or hope he gets some room. Play fake, throws it out on the far side. It gets held up in the wind and incomplete. The intended receiver was Cade Hennigan. He may have been arguing that he was interfered with, but that was definitely not a catchable ball.
Yeah, he's got to air it out here now. We got Tyler Miller in the ball game now here at free safety, sitting back, or just trying to read the quarterback's eyes and try to look for a pick here.
3:27 to go in the 4th. Oskaloosa 30, Washington 14. 2 receivers right, 1 to the left. Eichert and Westfall Edwards in the backfield, along with Turner in the pistol. Turner rolling to his left and running, slipped a tackle, still going, 35-yard line, 40-yard line, first down, and hit near the sideline. There was an Oskaloosa player, it seemed like, had him in the backfield, but Turner able to get away. They'll mark it a gain of 8 to the 39. So that's 3rd and about 2. 3:17 to play. He did get out of bounds, so that stopped the clock. Turner from the pistol. Pitches for Eichert, far side is hit, but a penalty flag on the play.
There might be a hold on that edge there where they were trying to set that play up.
Great pursuit there by Zayan Mamoun. Let's see what.
Yeah, it is going to be holding on Washington.
Man, they have shot themselves so much in the foot tonight with penalties, it's going to be a wonder they can walk. The ball will be spotted at Washington's 27-yard line. They've got to get to the 41. 2nd and 14. 2 receivers to either side. 1 man on the backfield behind Turner, who comes in motion. There was a play fake. There was Westfall Edwards who came in motion, faked a handoff to Westfall Edwards, and it was Turner who didn't get very much. He actually lost 4 yards to the 23.
Yeah, I saw Casey Hill and Nick Dykstra in there.
Now checking into the Oskaloosa defense is Cale Bollinger, 5'11", 210-pound sophomore. 2:28 to play, clock running. Both teams with all 3 timeouts. And on 4th down, a massive change of personnel.
They're down to 1 second on the play clock.
Did they call a timeout in time?
Checking to see, did they reset it? Huh? They're going to let it go here. Wind it now.
Hall, who had been helped off earlier, is back in the ball game, and he is in punt formation. Snap is high. Gets it away. No pressure, really. Miller, fair catch at the Washington 49. 26-yard punt, no return. Indians in great field position with 2 minutes exactly to go in the 4th quarter and a 30-14 lead. Tyler Miller with all 4 Oskaloosa touchdowns tonight. And Aaron Block field goal. The Indians 2 minutes away from their first win of the season. 2 receivers wide to either side. Henry out of the pistol. Now Dykstra moving into the backfield. And a give for Hill. Started to go over the middle. Now cuts to the left. 35-yard line and is hauled out of bounds. And Casey Hill getting a first down with 1:53 to play. Pickup of 18 for Casey. Unofficially, he had 74 yards in the first half, so close, if not already, with his second 100-yard game in as many games this season. 2 receivers wide to either side, ball in the near hash. Again, a give for Hill right up the middle.
Hey, fumbled.
And the ball popped loose.
Yep,
and Washington has it. 3rd turnover of the half against the Indians. And Washington will take over with 1:45 to play. But a lot of work to do, trailing 30-14. That will certainly be one thing that Coach Jake Jenkins will want to emphasize to his players, holding on to the ball. Empty backfield, 3 receivers left, 2 to the right. Turner out of the pistol. Looking left, looking, throwing over the middle, pass incomplete. I don't know if that was the wind getting in the way of that one, but it seemed like it was well past, well short of Ethan Hunt, the intended receiver. 2nd and 10 with 1:40 to play. Remember, we've got scores and more for you following this game. Going through everything that's happened around the area in week 2. 3 receivers left, 1 back, and it is a handoff for Eichert. Goes over the right side to about the 38 for a gain of 6. 1:32 to play. And again, both teams with all 3 timeouts remaining. Seems an odd time for a running play when you need 2 major scores. Turner throwing, airing over the middle, pass caught on the 40-yard line to the 30 of Oskaloosa. And the catch by Ethan Hunt. 1st and 10 with 1:08 to play. 31 yards on the play. Empty backfield. Eichert going in deep motion. Eichert takes a handoff. Will go around the right side to the 30. And he's kept in bounds, brought down, tripped up near the 25.
Well, this coach from Washington doesn't believe in using any timeouts, I guess. He let her run in the first half at the end and has not called a timeout yet this half as well.
Interesting. 32 seconds to play. Turner rolling right, throwing downfield into the end zone, and it is caught. And the receiver was covered. That was Cade Hennigan. There was a man over him, but Hennigan, at 6'1", 175, was able to pull it down for a touchdown with 24 seconds to play. And it's now 30-20.
Yeah, Career had really good. He played him well. Just a little bit bigger receiver able to go up and get the ball over the top of him.
6'1" against 5'8". And it's not like Hennigan really skied for that one. The swinging gate formation. Now we'll see if they go for two. And we've got whistles. And the Indians will take a timeout, which makes perfect sense because since they do line up in this formation every time, this seems like the one time that Washington would actually use it to try to go for a two-point conversion.
I mean, they've got to have a two-point conversion and get the onside kicks, the only chance that they have.
The gap is 10, 30-20. 24 seconds to go in the fourth quarter. Washington, after the fumble, 5 plays, 68 yards, taking a minute 21. The swinging gate, you've got the center and a man on either side, but they're not going to go swinging gate this time. They're going to line up in the regular offense.
Yeah, I'd say watch the quarterback here. He's had success running the football.
Empty backfield, Eichert in deep motion. It's the quarterback Turner keeping it, and he won't get it. The two-point try doesn't work. So it's a 10-point game still, 30-20 with 24 seconds to play.
Well, now you put your hands teams in there and fall on the football. I said they do have 4 timeouts left, but down 10 here with 24 seconds. Pretty slim for the Washington Demons, and looks good for the Indians here to get that first win of the year.
Now, this makes you, for those of us into second guessing, it'll make you wonder why the Washington coach seemed to be so blasé with the time management earlier. Because now he's not only got to get a touchdown, he's got to get a two-point conversion and somehow get a field goal, but he's going to be, and to do that, they'd be kicking into the wind.
That's correct, yep. So just fall on the ball here and let them use some timeouts and get that first win of the year, and the kids can come over here to the student body and sing the school song, and I'm sure Coach Jenkins would be happy to get that first one.
5 men at the 50-yard line. I see Cody Gunn, Aaron Blom in that front line. As Logan Escher will kick it off, and he hit a squibber, and fielded right away at the 40-yard line. And that was recovered by Coy Snakenberg. And a penalty flag. .24 seconds to go.
The flag was thrown on sportsmanlike. Now, I don't understand this. Coach Jenkins will not be happy with this, that we recovered the onside kick and then we get called for a non-sportsmanlike conduct call on one of our players. So
now is not the time to gloat.
Nope, that's right.
Not till it's over.
That's right. That's something I'm sure will be addressed by Coach Jenkins.
So the Indians now will start at their own 25-yard line with 24 seconds to play in the fourth quarter. Oski leading 30-20. On the No Coast Network, KMZN, AM and FM in Oskaloosa. I'm Joe Lancello with Jay Harms. The Indians trying to close it out here at their own 25. They are in a victory formation. And Cole Henry will take a knee. And even though Washington has timeouts, they're not going to use them. This one will belong to Oskaloosa. The Indians get their first win of the year in their home opener. Final score, Oskaloosa 30 and Washington 20. We'll come back and wrap this thing up in 3 minutes. This is Oskaloosa High Football on the No Coast Network.
At Kinetic Edge Physical Therapy, we're proud to keep the Oskaloosa Indians and their fans safe and feeling good on and off the field. Kinetic Edge Physical Therapy is the expert in injury care, orthopedics, and sports rehab, with a new facility in Oskaloosa, complete with an open gym area in addition to several private treatment rooms. If pain is bugging you, come see the experts at Kinetic Edge for a free injury screen. Find out more, including why the Oskaloosa Indians trust Kinetic Edge, at kineticedgept.com.
Hey everyone, I'm Tyler Van Welden, your local expert at Malcolm Lumber. At Malcolm Lumber, we pride ourselves in being your local lumberyard. We boast competitive prices that you find at the big box stores and unmatched service that the big box stores can't provide. Our one-on-one service is what sets us apart. Our knowledgeable experts are here ready to help build you a better future. And thanks to the community for having us all these years.
You can continue to find Malcolm Lumber at our 3 locations in Grinnell, Montezuma, and Oskaloosa. Malcolm Lumber is here for you, start to finish.
You built a castle so that the prince and princess can live happily ever after. You brought the sunshine to shine upon the whole family's future. But when the sun hides behind the clouds, State Farm can help. We put the life back in life insurance to protect your family's finances, not only in the future, but today.
Call your State Farm agent Kelly Style in Oskaloosa today.
Keep up to date on what's going on at the Quincy Place Mall in Ottumwa by joining our text club today. Simply text QPM to 64600. You will receive reminders of our sidewalk sales and other events. Also, when you join our text club, you will be entered for a chance to win a gift certificate. So join our text club today. Text QPM to 64600 and don't forget to like us on Facebook. We'll see you at the Quincy Place Mall at 1110 North Quincy Avenue in Ottumwa.
My old man never changes. Same old truck, same old pair of boots, same light beer in the same old koozie. Still loves Mom's pancakes. Then again, who doesn't? Dad sticks with what works, like how we stuck with Bank Iowa all these years. Their service and rates help keep the farm going strong, and people who care like they do never go out of style. At Bank Iowa, we have a long history of serving the farmers who help Iowa grow. Visit us at bankiowa.bank or your local Bank Iowa location. Member FDIC.
Let's get ready for some football!
This is Wade Davidson, owner of the Rock Island Tap. We want you to come on down to the Tap starting Sunday, September 9th and watch your favorite NFL teams. We will be hosting NFL Sunday Ticket every Sunday from 11 to 11, and you can watch up to 5 games throughout the Tap. We are excited to offer you 59 various beer selections, including 24 craft and domestic beers. We will have $6 Bloody Marys with a 6-ounce beer back, along with pizzas and other snacks. Don't forget NFL Sunday Ticket here at the Rock Island Tap.
Welcome back to Oskaloosa, to Lacey Recreation Field. I'm Joe Lancello, along with Jay Harms. The Oskaloosa Indians getting their first win of the season in their home opener, beating Washington by a score of 30-20. Run down the scoring for you. The Indians took the lead on their first possession, a 4-play, 48-yard drive. Tyler Miller scoring on a 20-yard run. Aaron Blom's extra point was good, 7-0 Osseo with 7:26 to go in the quarter. Washington came back and drove 80 yards in 10 plays, took 3:31 off the clock. Jake Turner hitting Brady Knutson on a 21-yard touchdown pass. The extra point made it 7-7 with 3:55 to go in the quarter. Oskaloosa came back and then drove 52 yards in 8 plays. Aaron Blom back after missing last week's game, connecting on a 37-yard field goal with 49 seconds to go in the quarter, and Oski had a 10-7 lead. Into the second quarter, the Indians driving 72 yards on 14 plays, taking 6:10 off the clock. Cole Henry to Tyler Miller, a 22-yard pass play. The extra point made it 17-7 with 4:01 to go in the half. Then after the Indians recover a fumble, Coy Snakenberg recovering that at the Washington 33, the Indians would score 5 plays later. Cole Henry again to Tyler Miller, a 24-yard pass play. That made the score 24-7 with the extra point. That coming with 28 seconds to go in the half, and that was our halftime score. Into the third quarter, Washington scoring with 5:03 to go, a 2-play 36-yard drive after an interception. It was their quarterback, Jake Turner, running 36 yards for the score. The extra point made it 24-14, and that was the score after 3. On the second play of the fourth quarter, it was Cole Henry to Tyler Miller again, a 66-yard pass play. The extra point was no good. That made it 30-14 in favor of Oski with 11:21 to go in the ball game. And then late on, after a bit of a little bit of sloppiness with some penalties and also a Casey Hill fumble that was covered by Washington at their own 32, they would drive 68 yards in 5 plays. It was Luke Turner hitting Cade Hennigan on a 25-yard touchdown pass with 24 seconds to go. The 2-point conversion try was no good. 30-20 is how it ends up. With Oskaloosa with the win, they go to 1-1 on the season. Washington now 0-2 on the year. We are waiting to try to get a word with Coach Jake Jenkins after he wants to talk to his team first. Haven't finished doing this, adding things up here yet, but unofficially so far I've got Tyler Miller with 5 catches for 112 yards and 3 touchdowns. And he also ran for a touchdown. So Tyler showing the speed and the quickness that is going to cause a lot of teams problems as we go through this season. One thing the Indians probably will not be happy with will be their second half performance with 3 turnovers and an unsportsmanlike conduct penalty late in the game. And it was a little bit nasty, I guess, on both sides. Washington had a player ejected in the second half, so some hard feelings here, and maybe those will continue on next year when the teams meet again in Washington in week 2.
Yeah, still waiting here for Coach Jenkins and taking a little bit longer. Of course, first win of the year. I'm sure that a lot of things to say to his, kids. It's always nice to get that first one of the year, but I know right away they're going to go right back to work on Monday and start preparing for the Fairfield Trojans coming to town next Friday. So it looks like it's going to be a little bit longer, Joe. So I think we're just going to go ahead and sign off down here and instead of waiting for him. And I know he's got the newspaper guys here waiting to talk to him and so forth. So we'll just go ahead and I'll sign her off down here. And again, hopefully get that second win of the season against the Fairfield Trojans next week.
Okay, Jay Harms, thank you so much. We'll talk to you next week.
Okay, thanks, Joe.
And we want to go over our Craig Ford keys to the game as well. Wanting to hold fewer plays over 20 yards. There were 2 in the first half, as I recall. And as we go, let's see, 3, 4. I know the goal is 5, and nope, allowed 6, just as many as last week. So that is one thing they did not do. Tyler Miller's speed was a big factor in this game, and his quickness getting away from people once he had caught passes in open space and was able to go in for a couple of scores. And as far as the line of scrimmage goes, I think we'll just leave that to the coaching staff to work that part out. And let me check here. Casey Hill unofficially 114 yards on 16 carries to lead the Oskaloosa ground game, his second 100-yard game in as many weeks. But the coaching staff won't be happy about turnovers in the second half. Cole Henry, 14 yards on 11 carries. Tyler Miller, 6 for 18 yards. Receiving, Tyler Miller, 6 catches for 120 yards. Should have mentioned Cole Henry unofficially 13 of 20 for 191 yards. 3 touchdowns plus 2 interceptions. And that is going to do it for us tonight here from Lacey Recreation Complex. We want to thank our great technical crew. We want to thank Brother Dave back at Mission Control, taking care of business and everything. Titus Lutzring, our director here. And we want to thank our sponsors. We want to thank you for listening. We hope you enjoyed the broadcast. Our next Oskaloosa High football game will be next Friday night when Fairfield comes here to the Lacey Recreation Complex. 7:30 kickoff, pregame at 7:15. We invite you to join us for that. And we also invite you to join us tomorrow for William Penn Statesman football on KMZN, AM and FM, as the Statesmen have their home opener as they take on Baker. That's a 2:30 kickoff, pregame at 2:15. Also tomorrow, the Iowa Hawkeyes open their season at home against Northern Illinois, pregame at 12:30 on KBOE FM, and kickoff from Kinnick Stadium at 2:30, or whenever the television networks allow. That is going to do it here. I'm Joe Lancello. The final score once again tonight, the Indians get their first win of the season, Oskaloosa 30 and Washington 20. Have a good night and a good weekend. We'll talk to you later. Good night, everyone.
You've been listening to Oskaloosa Indians football action on the No Coast Network. Brought to you by Clow Valve Company, Oskaloosa Vision Center, Mahaska Drug, Hawkeye Real Estate, Edward Jones Investments, Kinetic Edge Physical Therapy, Pella Printing, Quincy Place Mall in Ottumwa, Fred's Muffler Shop, Malcolm Lumber, Bank Iowa, The Rock Island Tap, Northern Mahaska Specialty Care Center, Robert Auld Investments, Kelly Style Insurance, Lighton State Bank, Falvey Lumber, and Certified Pest Control. Your Keys to the Game sponsor is Craig Ford. This has been a presentation of the No Coast Network. You've been listening.